All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds of good quality, hit that number 1, please. Again, if you can hear me, and if the mic sounds good, hit that number 1. Hoover, Kevin, Jocko, John, Greg, Ty, Mike, Brian, very good, very good. Zinaktra. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Very quickly, for those of you that watch us in the archive, thank you very much. But just to be very transparent, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is completely viewer supported. And the best way to support it, and not to mention save yourself some money, is to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use. I recommend I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the industry, but I do understand people have different goals and different strategies and all that. So with any of these prop firms that you see here, code CLAY will give you whatever the current promotion is. It'll apply it. And so you save yourself some money and you help support a stream that you enjoy. So for those of you that have used the code, really appreciate it. And if you're considering it, I also appreciate that. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, May 27th. The year is 2026, and we have ourselves a volatile day. One of those days where if your position sizing is off a little bit, it can bite you in a hurry. So hopefully everybody is navigating that all right. So far, so good for me. I have been doing smaller size, but it's worked out fine. Hey, Clay, for the TBG accounts that I've bought when the new month starts, do they bill me with it? Yes. That is why it was such a good thing, and why I try to hammer home locking the deal, because your account is a subscription. So to answer your question, AMS, yes, when your account or when your subscription renews at the month, it'll be at whatever you purchase it at. So yes, you've locked in that 50% for the lifetime of the account and no activation fee. Hey, JP. But we are, like I said, oh, wow, just noticed oil. Oil made him move back up, huh? So how are all your days going so far? Oh, by the way, kind of random, but not really. And I'm not saying to actually make a purchase, but could somebody try using code CLAY, all caps, at Tradeify? I'm almost wondering if it doesn't work. I have not gotten any. There have been no, not that I ever get a lot through there, but usually I get more than what I am. So I'm starting to wonder, either it's broken or I'm just on, I guess, a cold streak with Tradeify. But could somebody just try code CLAY, all caps, and click the apply and see if it gives the discount? Again, I'm not saying you have to complete the purchase, but just, whoa, nice, Franklin. Not bad on your first day. On the Pro, up 500, up 200 for the day right now. Good job, Naktra. Oh, nice, Kevin. In the name of efficiency, I kept 150K alive. That's on the deal. Well, yeah, but Evil Shattuck, what I'm saying is even if you blow an account, you still have the deal, because you can always just let it sit there and then let it renew at the end of the month. Or I'm sorry, after 30 days, whatever your cycle is, and you'll still have it. So you don't really... Just because you blow up the account doesn't mean you lose access to the 50%. You'll have the 50% until that account gets passed. It does. Okay. Thank you, Mark. I guess I'm just on a cold streak then. Up 6. Nice job, Malcolm. Green but challenging. Survived the 150 drop. Yeah. As weird as it is to say, these gains right here came from this whole move here going long. So yeah, right here, from basically, I think my first long was right around here, but from here down here, these were 3 separate trades long. The power of the scalpy scalp. Yeah, it's blown. Okay, but you still have the 50%. You still have that. We'll have it applied. Up 2-1 on day scalping shorts. Nice job, JSR. Morning, Clay. Hey, morning, Ronnie. Morning, Matt. Brad, good morning. Works for you. Okay, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Mark. I guess I'm just on a cold streak with Tradeify right now then. How long into trading did you realize this was something you could do? Well, I can't. As I've already said, Arctic Wolf, could I do day trading for a living if doing it for a living is defined as like my only stream of income. Heck no. Especially when I have 6 kids. No way I could ever, again, do this for a living defined as only stream of income. That is why around here I preach multiple streams of income to everybody. But no, the pressure of absolutely having to make money to keep the bills paid, to keep food on the table when I have a total of 8 mouths to feed, no way. I could never do it as a living. As a income stream amongst others, yes. That is why for me, I think the goal should be multiple stream. Be a full-time income stream creator. Because the benefits of having many streams of income from the trading standpoint is it's a great pressure reliever. But I could never handle the mental stress of I've got to make money from the market. Because think about that. Think about how hard it is to not trade. Like in some environments, you should not be trading. You should be sitting on your hands. But if you have to make money from trading, yet you should be sitting on your hands, to me, that has got there are so many conflicts of interest there. It is insane. So yeah, I could never, and I still personally contest, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole because people do this, and this, and it's like, okay, well, yeah. But I don't know of any truly full-time traders. Full-time trader being defined as your only stream of income is from trading. Please don't tell me, Clay, I'm a full-time trader. My only stream of income is trading. Well, my wife's a doctor, but yeah, I'm a full-time. No. Your financial landscape is not based simply on your trading. And I bring that up as an example because we had that, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Some guy here constantly talking, I'm a full-time trader, this. And to his credit, he was honest that his wife was like a doctor or something. It's like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's multiple streams of income, with one income stream being from a doctor. So, thank you, Wayne. Yeah, that makes sense. So there you go, Arctic. So again, it's a concept of definitions. That's why I don't tell people that I'm a full-time trader. I try to just stick with, I'm a full-time income stream creator, right? I have real estate, I have claytrader.com, I have the YouTube channel, I have the live stream, I have the dividend portfolio, I have farmland, so. The goal is to arbitrage prop money into appreciating, well, I not even appreciating assets. Appreciating assets are just, your net worth will go up, but like from a cash flow standpoint, it doesn't do anything for you. So more so assets that will pay you. That's what I'm after, passive income. Again, I'm not saying appreciating assets are bad. I'm just saying appreciating assets do nothing for you as a day trader because in our day-to-day lives, we need cash flow, right? So just because your piece of real estate is going up in value, great. But if anything, that's like a reverse dividend because you are still paying property taxes on it. So that as it's going up, your net worth is increasing, but your cash flow is actually negative because every month you are paying property taxes on it. Again, appreciating assets does nothing for you. Real estate appreciating does nothing for a day trader who needs cash flow to pay his bills and have groceries. Yeah, I mean, JSR, I know what you're doing. You're deep in the weeds of the spreadsheets, but yeah. Stuff like that, a thing of beauty when the environment is right. If the environment goes poorly, yeah. But hey, if you can tolerate that level of risk and you can sleep just fine at night, more power to you. I would not be able to sleep nicely at night. Clay, I don't care what anyone says about you. You are smart. No, I'm a baboon. Hey, good morning, Zashen. Right now, looking for a potential short here. I should probably just get this in. So visually, I've been watching that level, but that's what I'm actually looking at. Trump is live. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Trump can speak. I'm so over it because he's going to speak all day long. So it is what it is at this point. I'm over it. I mean, you're right, JP. He could say something, but I'm just it's so annoying. Well, Clay, it's better than the last president who barely ever talked. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad from just that standpoint. I'm talking about in the category of trading. I'm just over. It's annoying the fact that it seems like as traders we have to tiptoe around like all the time because Trump seems to always be talking. So from that category, from like the day trader, should I tiptoe or not? From that category, I'm just annoyed. I'm over it. I'm tired of my life or what? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know you're being a little bit hyperbolic with your life, but yes, like your trading life for sure. I agree. So again, watching that line for well, right now we're essentially in a little miniature channel here. We have the overnight low, this line, which has been rejecting the price, both there, these areas. So basically a little sideways channel. But I'm still not interested in going long at the bottom of the channel. I think the channel might want to break to the downside, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Well, no, I appreciate the fact that he seems to be a very, very open book. So I appreciate that. But I try to parse out my language very narrowly, but to say, but in the little slice of pie known as, hey, I'm a day trader. Hey, I don't really like random jumps in the market. From that rare category of people, I'm just saying in that category, I'm annoyed. But that doesn't mean that in a bunch of other slices of the pie, I'm like, hey, I appreciate it. And I just missed what I wanted, huh? Nas, I'm kidding. Because nobody is forcing me to be here other than myself. But I totally, in parsing out what I meant. Hey, good morning, low dots. We still have a gap to fill. Yeah, I wish trading were that easy. Imagine if trading were that easy. Hey, there's a gap. We have to fill it. Oh, man. Why can't it be that easy? Now, do gaps often fill? Sure. But do gaps have to fill? Just because there's a gap, is that where the price is headed? No. I wish it were that easy. That'd be great. All right, well, maybe along down here now. Enter, wait for gap to fill, Lambo. I mean, how amazing would trading be if it were that easy? Oh, there's a gap today, boys and girls. Get in and start shopping for your beachside mansion. The gap could get filled in a year. Or, I mean, never get filled. I can't say this because I don't know. This is a guess on my part, but I would assume if I look back far enough through the history of technical analysis, I could find gaps that have never closed. Again, to be fair, I've actually never done that, so potentially maybe every single gap has eventually filled, but I don't think that's the case. I would assume that there's been at least a couple. NQ is terrible today. I mean, yeah, I'm willing to concede that for you and your strategy, maybe NQ is terrible today, but I've been happy with it. There's also a gap since the 1970s that never, yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Right, yeah. So Brian got like a 300 point, right, Brian? You got a 300 point move today? So from Brian's standpoint, Brian is saying, what are you talking about? I got a 300 point move on NQ today. Yeah. So that's what I mean. The bold proclamations are a little bit like, well, wait a second. Maybe it was bad for you, but for everybody, I don't know about that one. How long were you in the trade for, Brian? I had to sell. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. All $10. Well, it's all right. Hey, if those $10 were built with good habits, then that's a very valuable $10. But I also get the impression you're doing futures with your own money in your own like account, which I would say is very, very risky. I would say look into prop firms. In less than an hour. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. All right. Potentially looking for a breakdown through the trend line, but I want to see it try to build a little bit more of a pattern here. Or the sophisticated way of saying it. Let's see if this can build some more structure here first. Gotcha, Zashan. Well, when you are ready to move to like actual trading, I'm telling you right now, futures move way better than stocks. And then when you factor in the fact that you can go through a prop firm and look at the risk management of that all, it gets way better. All right, Johnny, we're out. He's back. We'll see if he can. We'll see. Question: do you still trade stocks or any time? No, I do not day trade stocks or options anymore because mathematically provable, they're just garbage. Day trading stocks and options makes no mathematical sense. When you can day trade futures through a prop firm, and then you just consider the math, and it's a no-brainer decision. Stocks, you need more money, therefore there's bigger risk. You need pretty big moves on stocks to make worthwhile money. But even when you get these big moves and make worthwhile money, you're still making less than you could have in the world of futures in a prop firm with less risk, which sounds totally backwards. Wait, you're saying that I can make money day trading futures in a prop firm? I can make more money with less risk compared to stocks, where I need bigger moves, yet I'm still making less money, yet I have on more risk. That is exactly what I'm saying. That's what I mean about the math, and that's how the math proves out. Yeah, I've been doing futures for a couple years now, which is a very small slice of the pie because I did day trading of stocks and options for a long time. I mean, I'm an old timer, so when I got involved, micro futures were not a thing, prop firms were not a thing, or at least if they were a thing, they were by no means mainstream by any, reasonable definition of mainstream. Is there any updated courses for that on TFP? Well, no, you don't. Zashan. Okay, so you're part of the private mentorship? Yeah, well, charts. Because you know charts, you know how to trade futures. Futures are 97% charts. Good question, Trahan. That one Powell guy? Yeah, the Federal Reserve guy. Yep, you are in the right place. That is the great thing about charts, is because they're based on human psychology, and human psychology does not change. That's why a bull flag pattern has existed 30 years ago, and a bull flag pattern exists now. And I think that's why my course is actually, a lot of people are like, when's the last time you've updated your class? I'm like, no, there's no point to update. In fact, it's cool, like, because when I put my courses together almost 15 years ago, like to look at something that happened 15 years ago and then you still see the same exact stuff happen today, like, to me, that's a confidence builder. Holy smokes. This same exact pattern, the same exact concept, if applied today, it still works. Well, yes, because, again, charts are based on psychology. Ultimately, that is what we are witnessing. We're witnessing people freak out. We're witnessing people getting too excited. We're witnessing people getting overly fearful. We're looking for people kind of confused. And when I say people, I mean, who are these people? Could be bankers, could be market makers, could be a little sweet old little grandma in a retirement home. It could be you or I. It could be a hedge fund. That's what I mean by people. That's all we're witnessing are people and their decisions, people and their emotional state. So yes, that's why I always tell people, If you chose to learn charts, you already made the great decision, because some people are like, well, I day trade stocks, or I day trade options or crypto. And I see what you're saying, Clay. Futures look great. These prop firms sound amazing, but man, I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I really have the desire to have to learn now how to trade futures. It's like, no, do you use charts? Yeah. Well, then you're 97% of the way there. The final 3% is just understanding how like points work. And that's very basic math. Very easy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. If I need to update it with all the cool, fancy terms, then I suppose so. Well, our fireplace insert just showed up, and the guy overseeing everything was like, it's dented. Literally dented. So the dented guy just got a dented fireplace insert, I should say. He was like, it doesn't look like it's going to occur with the functionality, but like, and when you pay what was paid, I'd prefer to not have a dented thing, you know? You know what I mean? I'm dented enough for my life. I don't need a dented fireplace insert. Hey, good morning, Jason. Hey, Papacito. But my wife, she's on the ball. She's like, all right, I'll call the company's been great to work with, so I'm not worried about it. But it's one of those things where I think you have 48 hours to like report any issues, and then they're like, which is a fair policy. And then, it's yours as is. But we were well within that 48 hours. Yeah, my dents have dents. That's true. Maybe they think that's like a favor they did me. Oh, this dude's a dent. Let's give him a shout out. All right, I'm thinking of a short here. I gotta remember the position size here. Hey, come back up. Come back up. I'm trying to play some continuation. No, come back up. Don't leave me behind, please. All right, there we go. I'm in. Let's see if we can now you may continue. Now you may continue down, brother. Again, we have this trend line broken. It's putzing around below it. So we'll see if it wants to actually let loose some more. But if it does ultimately, and this is just a fake breakdown and it comes back up, well, I'm about to have a losing trade. That's wild. I only have three. And now I'm almost down 100 on this thing, and it's barely budged up. That's what I mean by careful with your position sizing. Hey, good morning, Akusti. Morning, trader. I did. I literally brought the dents home. I was short today. Oh, man. Sorry to hear it, Papacito. Well, this is not cooperating the way I was hoping it would. I really do still like it, though, adding is, like I said, it's a volatile day. So I know 6 MNQs doesn't seem like a whole lot, but on a day like today. All right, I got to get out. All right, well, that one did not work out. Although if it comes back down, I'm going to try again. I just didn't want to risk it just going straight up on me. But if it does come back down, I'll try again. Maybe I'm still right, and it does want to come down, and I just had my timing being off. Market's not just going up today. Yeah, they've definitely went down a little bit. Went long today and got ruined. Yeah. If you went long during that one period and you didn't stop out, that sounds about right. Oh, yeah, James, sometimes. That's a great thing about prop firms is, well, I think an argument for having multiple accounts going. So if you have, let's say, a pro account and like you secure a payout, blah, 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 but you're like, man, I really want to keep trading. That's okay. Go open up an eval or just trade an eval account if you want. That way you're also still making progress towards something. Because if you then do well in your eval, sure, you will be like, doggone it, I should have stayed in my pro account. That'd be more payout. But at least you'll still be able to say, yeah, a little bit of a bummer, but hey, I have now gotten that much closer to getting this eval passed, and then, I'm that much closer to having another pro account. Dude, Johnny, stop. Stop. That's such bad logic. The vast majority of people fail no matter what they trade, Johnny, because trading is hard. You keep blaming NQ for everything. Just because you failed with NQ, Johnny, does not mean that nobody else knows how to do it. Like, whatever you trade, I could say, yeah, Johnny, but a lot of people blow up. Like, failure rates are very high of people trading that, which they are, because failure rates across the board are high because, again, day trading is hard. So I could say, well, see, Johnny, what you're doing is stupid because there are high failure rates with whatever you're trading. Like, do you see how that logic doesn't really, like, I can use that against you? That's what I mean, Johnny. Just stop. You're for whatever reason, your lack of attractiveness to the NQ, for whatever reason, my guess is you just had a terrible experience with it. It ate your lunch. It is causing you to be emotionally angry at it, and this emotion is causing you to use really bad logic and argumentation. Again, I fully agree. NQ toasts people's accounts. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that ES doesn't toast people's accounts or YM or gold or like they all do. I know. That's what I mean, Sam. It's just, he's got to just let it go. Clay, you're going on tilt. And you know where you're going? You're going to an all-expense place trip to the vacation known as a VIP room. Don't worry, I'll take care of the expenses. There you go. Exactly. That's right, Big Tick. Everything I've ever traded has toasted my account at one point or another. Yes, NQ is more volatile. I concede. It is more volatile. But that doesn't mean it's bad because maybe people that have strategies that like volatility, maybe people that like volatility, NQ would be great for them. It sounds to me like Johnny, his strategy, his personal risk tolerance does not mold well with NQ. That's fine. But like Johnny is not willing to parse out the fact that not everybody is exactly like him. In other words, Johnny is suffering from what we call around here the world revolves around me-itis. He thinks that because NQ is bad for him, it is therefore bad for everybody. But Johnny, that's where you got to call up your doctor. Say, Doc, I'm suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. They're going to give you a pill. It tastes like butterscotch. You'll take that pill, and then you'll start to behave like this in public. You'll start to say stuff like this. Hey, for me, NQ did not go well. So for me and my strategy, NQ, we just do not get along. But hey, I understand that you might have a different strategy than I do. So I can see how NQ might be good for you. That's the way you'll start to talk after you take this pill. But right now, you are suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. We've all been there, though. That's how I know it tastes like butterscotch. Again, Johnny, people can describe the same thing. I've seen many people toast their... What do you trade, Johnny? Because what I'm going to be able to say is I'm pretty sure I've seen many people toast their accounts trading what you are. Yeah, I think I don't even... YM and MNQ. Well, I've toasted accounts on MNQ. I've also seen people toast their accounts trading MNQ. Position size gets way out of whack. I've also seen people toast their accounts on YM. Therefore, it's stupid. Like, Johnny, like I'm trying to just help you out. This emotional, whatever, bitterness you have towards NQ, it's caused you to make very poor arguments, brother. Trader Jim, cooked accounts with 3 MES. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, Johnny, either just chill out or I don't know, maybe the live stream isn't the place for you because this it's just not a good look. Your argumentation is lacking. I'm tempted to ask how old he is, but I don't know if he'd be honest. It is. Yeah, it's butterscotch. It's not like when you're getting your teeth cleaned and they're like, what flavor would you like? It's not like that. It's butterscotch. Hey, Clay, I blew my second account today. Well, it happens. 2 accounts is, oh, wow. 2 accounts is nothing. Yeah, there's no trade here that I was looking to take. All right, let me get these lines out of here. If anything, they're just, that's what I mean. So this candle here, what is that? 70 down to, yeah, this is a 50-point move right now. Remember or I don't know if it was yesterday, but like, was it Monday? Like we were looking at big, like multiple hour moves and you're like, man, what a great move. And they're like, yeah, that was 40 points. Here we have 50 points and growing in less than 2 minutes. Okay, big spark. You're about to get banned unless you confirm that you're not a human or that you're not a bot. So say something else or I'm just going to ban you right now. Big sparks for it, because that's like literally all you say. So I genuinely now think you're just like some kind of bot. I'm not a human. This is why kids don't do drugs. You turn out like this guy. I tried all markets and lost because my strategies were crap, but I'm slowly getting better. Yeah, Wainwright, little by little. Okay, so he is actually a person. So again, we'll see if it wants to come down here. Because I could try short here, have a tight. I say tight, but that's still like a 20-point stop. Crazy. I wish it worked. I wish it worked that way, where if you could be 1% better every day, you'll eventually be at 100% win rate. I wish. That'd be cool. That'd be amazing. I'm just glad because I literally thought, because you read about people's accounts getting like hacked and stuff like that. So I was wondering, I don't know, is this the thing where like YouTube accounts can get hacked and then like a bot takes them over? So that's truly what I thought happened to him. But he is confirmed now that he's actually human. So no. Oil may start coming down now. It is up at a pivot, so I could see that. So this is definitely the level here that seems to be stubborn area for the bears. Now the bulls love this area. The bulls, this is their knight in shining armor. But the bears, annoying area here. I'm up 8K in evil. I can't even lose the right way. Okay, well you don't know how to lose efficiently, do you? You've been around for that trick, haven't you? I went for a walk today. You should know how to lose very anticlimatically. Maybe not. Maybe I have you confused with somebody else, but I could swear you've been around long enough you should know how to not make your life as dramatic as you're making it. Hey, good morning, Queepsy. I'd be happy to show you. It's super easy to explain how to lose money real quick. But just tell me how much money you have to lose on the day. And we'll go from there. $7K. Okay. And what size account do you have? And is this with Take Profit Trader? $50K. Yeah. Okay. Load up 6 NQs. 6 NQs. And then just come up here and do this with 6 NQs. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell as fast as you can. Let those commissions erode away. Eventually, you'll bring it down to where, I don't know, you got to lose like $100. At that point, hop over to the MNQ and do like 3 MNQ. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And then eventually you'll have to lose like $5. At that point, go to 1 MNQ. Buy, sell, and try to get as close as you can. Very anticlimactic. So right now, if you got to lose 7K, load up 6 NQs and start clicking these buttons as fast as you can. Back and forth, back and forth. Doggone it. Did I just miss? Goodness. Woo! Chat box is tearing me up today. Okay, now Johnny has gone into just total dent mode. Now he's just flapping his lips. I swear, okay. You've been here before, right, Johnny? This is a new name for you? Let's see. I know, 2024. Holy smokes. Absolute dent mode now. Dude literally told me to sell at the bottom there. Yeah, no one. Yeah, but don't worry. It was NQ's fault. It's NQ's fault on why Johnny was doing so terrible. Tells me to sell right there, right before it bounces back up. But it's NQ's fault, folks. It's NQ's fault. It has nothing to do with Johnny and his chart vision. No way. I said sell at the red candle. Okay, Johnny, this will be your last warning or else you're getting a boot because I want to be just fair. Now you've transitioned from just bad logic, bad argumentation, emotional argumentation to lip flapping. If you want to say something that has value, give us some numbers. I didn't say that. I said sell at the red candle. That doesn't mean anything. Where do you sell at the red candle? Where do you put your stop? So if you just give us 3 numbers, Johnny, you'll at least be respected around here. Even if you're wrong. Because you have the courage to not lip flap, you will still be respected. So if you could, sir, tell us where an entry point would be as a number, where your stop loss is as a number, and where your target is as a number. Can you give us those 3 numbers? Or no? Clay, when you fully reset a test account. Yes. Yeah. If you reset an account, that means you've cooked the account. I don't have high hopes for Johnny, though. He sounds like I'm fully expecting a lip flapper, but maybe he proves us wrong. I don't think Johnny has the ability to give 3 numbers. He's probably like, what's a trade plan? Again, Johnny, nobody's impressed by this, what you're doing. You're doing broads. Okay. Can we all see what the actual problem is here? Johnny is a total noob, has no idea what's going on, and now he's blaming NQ for his problems. So do we see, and Clay, why do you keep harping on this guy? Because it's a great real-life case study. There's not me being hyperbolic. We have all witnessed it. And in my years of whatever you want to call me, teacher, whatever, I find real-life examples the best case studies. So Johnny, again, moving forward, we need 3 numbers from you. What you've told us so far is worthless. It's just words. Now, if you're not going to do that, I'll just give you the boot because we don't have time. I'm not trying to build a culture filled with lip flappers. I cooked 3 accounts this week. Yeah. I think this is either a double bottom or it's going to dump down to 820. So are you gonna make a trade for a double bottom, or what are you looking to do? Okay, here we go. If this hits its head on the yellow line and comes back down, I'm going to look for a short down around here. But I don't want to see it drop down too much before it comes back down. Oh no, the woodpecker. I don't know. Am I being stupid for requiring it to hit the yellow line? Hindsight will be the judge. Because if it never hits the yellow line and then just drops straight down, yes, I'll be saying I should have went short right now. But there we go. It is a... Okay, never mind. Now my risk profile is too big. So good. I'm glad I waited for confirmation. Okay, Johnny, if you don't get the negativity, you continue to reveal how much of a newbie you actually are. So I'm operating on the premise that you are a newbie because I can tell you're a newbie. Me just saying buy the dip doesn't mean anything, right? Because that a logical person is to be like, okay, well, where do I buy the dip though, right? So to just say buy the dip does not mean anything. Short the red candle does not mean anything because we're a bunch of logical folks here. So the logical person is going to say, well, where do I short the red candle? You did not address any of that, which is why if you just give us 3 numbers, it's pure clarity. All we seek around here is clarity. You cannot get any more clear than to actually give numbers of an entry point, a stop loss, and a target. By definition, does not get any more clear than that. So at this point, you are either rage baiting Johnny or you are a total newbie that is not, you are unteachable. And if either of those are not good outcomes. So again, one more try. If you want to give us a trade plan with 3 numbers, fine. If you're going to just continue to use words and act like you don't understand, then again, it's either rage bait at that point or you are just such a newbie and you are an unteachable person. Yeah, it's the same Johnny. His next reply will depend on if he finally gets the boot or not. He didn't even give us a trust me, bro. Yeah, again, Johnny, that's not helping anything. But I'm glad you hear me. So for your next trade that you see, give us those 3 numbers. All right, do you understand now, Johnny? For your next, whatever you want to call it, are you going to give us 3 numbers? But no, what you should have said, that's still wrong. Because part of that would have been, you didn't even include a stop loss. So no, what you should have said would still have been wrong. Hey Clay, I've been on a prop trader for a long time and started with live with 5K recently. It's been weeks and so on. I'm sorry. You said that. No, I don't think so, Bronson. Because unfortunately, when it comes to data building, I'm not quite sure the past, let's call it month. Let me put it this way. When missiles are flying and all sorts of stuff's going on, I'm not quite sure that's going to be a right market environment. I think we're in a pretty unique market environment. So fantastic. I would agree you have an edge in this market environment. But like when the world kind of goes back to not so much drama, I think that could change. But I would agree that it sounds like right now in this exact market environment, you have an edge. All right, good job, Bob. Okay, all right, I gotta get locked in here. If that bumps its head on the 21, I'm getting short. I'm gonna try another short, but it's first got to bump its head on that green line. Come on. Am I being too picky? I think I might be too picky. This could. So what I'm wondering is this some sort of top of the range right here, like that. All right, I think I'm being too picky. I'm just gonna try it, regardless of if it hits its head on the 21 EMA. Good. All right, perfect. It did hit it anyways. So that'll be my stop if I get filled. So if that red line turns blue, I'm going to click this button to lock in my stop. And it's very basic premise here. Let's see if this is some sort of channel, or just said more basically, let's see if the 21 EMA does want to smack the price back down. What do you mean I'm being too picky? Now, if it goes above the green line, I got to cancel this trade plan out. Uh-oh. Yep, it poked its head above. All right, never mind on... Okay, please don't like barely go above it. And okay, stupid. All right, I'll go with 3 then. Because yes, technically it violated what I want to see, but I'll try it again just with reduced position size. Okay, Johnny, look at Deadeye Dave. Do you see how Deadeye gave? Very basic message. But there, you cannot get any more clarity than that. Short 940, stop loss. No, actually, that does not make sense. Yeah, Deadeye Dave, I think you got a typo in there. You're short at 940, but your stop is at 027. Shouldn't your stop be above 940? I'm confused, Deadeye Dave. I think we got a typo, which is now very ironic because I'm sitting here yapping about how clear it is. But no. Clear under the assumption there are no typos. Okay, maybe a short here now. We are approaching this high, right? He's saying 30.027. For a stop loss, that doesn't make any sense. If he's short at 940, why would his stop be down here? Oh, up above 027. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm stupid. As if you guys didn't know that, but like, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. That does actually make sense. Sorry about that, Deadeye. Whoa, hey. What? It bounced right off it. I should have had my order up there. I'm kind of wanting to see a little bit more confirmation, though, before I throw it up there. Close above 975, longs look good, possibly. Okay, Daniel, what word your stop be? So I'm assuming 975 would be your entry. So, and your target is 065, fine, but where'd your stop be? You're missing kind of like a super important number, brother. The purple line is the 50 SMA. If it hits that purple line, I am once again going to try to lock in a short entry. $8.80. Okay, so you're more of a sway trader, which is fine. Daniel doesn't mind holding for an hour or so if need be. Which, again, that's not my style, but that's not to say his style is wrong. I'm just saying we are definitely different traders. Okay, there we go. My green line will be my stop. But first got to see if I get filled. So if the red line turns blue, I am short. Now if this candle comes up through the green line, then once again, never mind. This is off the table. We're all sway traders at heart. I don't know about that one. Are we all easily convinced to be sway traders from time to time? Sure. That's what we call holding and hoping, right? I think we've all been there before, right? When we get started, okay, this is a day trade. And, this is going to be a scalp. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, I'll hold on this thing for an hour if I have to. Okay, listen. If I have to hold this thing for the next 5 hours, no problem. All right. I like this. This looks like a good swing trade. I'll sell it tomorrow. All right, a week. I have no problem holding for a week. And then after that, you're looking at the cash flow statements. You're looking at like management history. You're like, okay, yeah, this is a great investment. Give me a 5. Has anybody ever been there in their trading journey where like a micro scalp turns into like a 401k investment? Anybody ever? I know I've been there, right? Where you just continue to justify it and justify it and justify it. And then literally what's supposed to be the micro scalp turns into, I'll check back on this sucker in 40 years from now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my kids could have it. That's how great this company looks. Never. Dang, Greg. I want to be like you someday. Oh, you did that yesterday? Dang. What is that symbol, Jocko? Almost. No, stop. Not every. No, stop. Don't. No, Jason. Don't tell me that. But yes, that is in all actuality, that's like one of the cool things about a prop firm, and the rules that some people say are bad. Like you can't do that in a prop firm because you can't hold overnight. So like it's actually that's some of well, what do you mean I can't do that? What do you mean you mean you can't just hold and hope and rationalize yourself into? No, that's actually a good thing. So yes, that's one of those good little things where a prop firm is just gonna. You're not gonna have that luxury to do that bad habit anyways. Well, there it goes. See, doggone it. So close yet. Yeah, it just did not quite behave the way I wanted it to. All right, I'm going to try a short right here. Back test of the 21. So if this thing is all of a sudden just going to go solid, straight, green back up, this will not be a pleasant trade. But I'm hoping it bumps its head on the 21 EMA, and then we resume downwards. Are you serious? Are you serious, Clark? Are you serious, Clark? You got to be kidding me. All right, you're a Marky. I see what you're doing, brother. Well, anyways, next topic, next discussion. I don't want to harp on that one. That's a little irritating. What's the other one, Brian? A pro? Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember you have a cash account. Green 3/3 on eval using a scripted trading system. Cool. I do not copy trade, no. Prop firm rules and limits have made me a better trader, and of course, Clay has. Yeah, that's what I mean. The people that want to complain about the rules, they just want to have bad habits, which can, to be fair, that you'll get bailed out from time to time with bad habits, and it is a little bit easier to have bad habits with your own cash. So therefore, yeah, what might have been a losing trade on a prop account is actually still a winner on your own account. The problem is the bad habits that you're developing. And eventually, and if you traded long enough, you've been there, you realize that, man, you could go on a nice win streak, but in all actuality, it's kind of just getting lucky with bad habits and stuff like that. And then the one trade is like, see you later. Okay, Johnny, just stop. Stop. You are a newbie. Stop running your mouth about this sort of stuff. If you think what you just said actually solves problems, you once again are continuing to prove that you're like a really, really big newbie. Do I think it's going to go back to 30K? Wow, Harry, why do I get this sneaky suspicion that you are currently holding and hoping? Am I wrong, Harry? Are you right now holding and hoping you don't know what to do other than I hope it goes up to 30,000? So let me ask this guy, does he think it's going to go up to 30,000? Because that's my hope right now. Have I read the situation right at all, Harry? That is my guess of what's going on here. You are currently in hold and hope mode. Okay, so I'm gonna expand out my guess. My guess is Harry was looking. He was like, "Oh man, look at this bull pennant." Okay, I'm gonna get long here at like 30,000 right here. He maybe bought right there looking for the breakout, which did not happen. That's my guess. And now he's just totally holding and hoping. Or Trader Bob, MES too. MES would be something to consider. That's so annoying. That completely true, sir. I'm cooked already. Well, you know what, Harry? I appreciate your honesty to say, yeah, Clay, you read that situation. Johnny, you have no idea what you're doing. You just don't. The easiest way to see that with you, my friend, is when you said, when you thought that saying short the red candle actually meant something. The fact you thought that meant something reveals how much of a newbie you are, which again, it's okay if you're a newbie. We all start off as newbies. It just becomes wrong and annoying when a newbie starts flapping their lips. And that's the line you have crossed, good sir. Hey, congrats, Ether. All right, I'm going to try a short here if it wants to come back down. So if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Looking good. Look, okay, filled. Oh, partial fill. Come on now. Come on, brother. Go. Another push. One more push. Get through those lows, you dirty rat. I'll take that scalpy scalp. There we go. I'll take that little scalpy scalp. So a long down here is the question. What I'm wondering is, do I try like a buy right here and then a stop down there? What is that? It's about a 9-point risk with slippage on a day like today. Probably at least like 11, 12-point risk. So if I were to do that, yeah, I will try that though. I will try, I don't, what. So I guess a triple bottom I'd be trying if we're considering this bottom one, bottom two. That's what I'm wondering about here. Maybe a triple bottom. I tried to catch reversal and got doomed. Well, no. To be fair, Harry, what got you doomed was you didn't have any risk management. You didn't have a stop loss in. That's what got you doomed. I mean, we all tried to catch reversals. And if you're wrong about a reversal, you should not be doomed. The only reason why you were doomed is because you refused to cut the loss. But your wrongness of catching a reversal is not what doomed you. What doomed you was your decision to not have any risk management. That's what doomed you. The level was holding well, so did not put any stop loss. Again, that's what I mean. That is the decision that doomed you. Kind of bearish. Hey, look at LTTP. 3 numbers. Oh crap. Am I about to get filled? 3 numbers. A man of courage. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get some sort of triple bottom here. I'm actually going to come down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Do we get a triple bottom or else? I'm kind of tempted to wait for like a fake. You know what? Let's do that. I'm going to look for a fake break. Look for it to come down here and then start to give me signs that it actually doesn't want to give any follow through. So I'm going to change this over. One of those times where a trend line works well. Like, all right, sounds like Ben. No, I wouldn't have been filled though, right? Okay. Dang. See? Do you see what I mean about broad statements? This is such a good learning lesson. Think about it. From a broad statement standpoint, I nailed this thing. I called that triple bottom, folks. Well, yeah, in a broad sense. But notice I'm not making any money from it. Why? Well, because the details I got wrong. The main detail I got wrong was my entry point placement. But broad statement-wise, sure, I can run around, flap my lips. I nailed it. Look at that. Look at that triple bottom bounce. Nailed it. Okay, yeah. Did I make any money? No. So that is why we don't like lip flappers, because lip flappers are broad statements which don't actually mean anything. All right, Harry, so how are you going to make money from that thought? Fair observation, Harry. So how are you going to make money from it, though? Like, what's your trade plan look like? Okay, do I try again? All right, I'm going to go with smaller size here. Let's see. You feeling better now, Skeletor? A triangle 2 minute. You sure it's not a pentagon? Yeah, there is some sort of bug going around. A couple of the guys building yesterday were coughing a little bit. So yeah, I got something. Then we have a couple friends locally here, husband and wife. They both have something. Okay, looking to get long at the green line here. Yeah, MJ? Okay. Yeah, now that I think, then we had a neighbor girl that my wife and I were like, oh, stay away. She's out there like coughing a lung. Thankfully, it was outside, but as soon as the kids came in, we're like, yeah, well, let's wash our hands. We got some stuff coming up in the next few weeks. We'd like to have a healthy family. Okay, maybe along here. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm going back to the fake breakdown at this point. I do not like how it's just hovering right above my entry. Just hovering right above it, but won't quite fill. Yeah, could work for... That's the nice thing about the market is you can have somebody going short, somebody going long, and they can still theoretically both still make money. Screw it, short 880. Oh boy. Oh boy, we might have somebody on tilt. The screw it voices showed up. I have that voice too. I also have the screw it voice. Usually that voice shows up when I'm a little bit on tilt. Okay, there is the breakdown of the low. I thought I maybe want to break down a little bit more. Okay, right now, where's your stop at? I feel bad. I don't know how to say that guy's screen name. Oh, Harry. Okay, Harry's part of the cult, huh? Gotcha. Is that what the cult teaches you to do? Is just hold and hope? Okay, I will try a long down here, but it's got to drop down pretty quickly. I don't want to see it green and then, okay. In other words, what it's doing right here, I did not want to see. No, I mean that by your terminology that you're choosing to use. Oh, yeah, Trump's talking. Yeah, that cabinet meeting, is the cabinet meeting going on right now? It was supposed to start at 11, but, I mean, people being late is kind of like normal. Iranian oil flu? Could be. What strain are we on? Oh, man, Rudy. I'm just calling him Rudy. That's not Prayer. Prayer, that's what tilt is. The screw it voice, that's what it does to you. He said, screw it, I'm getting short at 880. He basically just shorted the low. But, yeah. That is that. Ooh, Doc Soul. It still hasn't started. So it was supposed to start at 11 a.m. Eastern, and it's almost an hour later, still has not started. Crazy. Trump talk short. Yeah, he was supposed to start at 11 a.m. Up 175. Good job, Neil. He's not even there. I almost said screw it and went long. Yeah, I know. The screw it voice has a weird way of working. When Trump starts entering with 10 NQs on a long. Okay, let us know how that works out. You're down 20. Okay, wow, what a comeback, Neil. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Good job. Yeah, Trump's currently scalping. Yeah, I bet Twitter right now, if we were to look, is probably lighting up with, oh, he's late because, and then insert blank of some like very like they're about to cut a deal or he's about to start bombing again, like something really big. When the truth of the matter is he's probably like on his phone scalping some NQ contracts. While Johnny is like, no, NQ, ah! Where does your account get liquidated, Harry? Since we have officially established you are in total hold and hope mode, where is your liquidation point at? You must have super small size, though. Like, if you're able to weather all this drawdown, you must have like 1 MNQ, maybe 2. You think 820? Okay, yeah, so you definitely have real small size then. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that would be the only thing that makes sense about how we can hold and hope for so long. Did you lose your account, Prayer, on this one? Trump stop loss is Twitter. No, I think Twitter, wouldn't Twitter be his like, my stop's about to get hit, so let's reverse it the other way. Let's just tweet something out. I'm holding since 950. Yeah, I mean, right now, Harry, like I think you realize this, but like you are literally not trading right now. You are just in hold and hope mode. You've broken so many rules, so this is no longer a trade. This is just you're just gambling and you're doing rain dances, right? I'm used to trading like 20 MNQ on evals, and here I am with my first pro account. Nolan, do you have any other past accounts? So ask another way if this means anything to you. I don't know if it will, but I recognize your name, so I think it should. Are you doing the racehorse model? If I was Trump, I would swing grand my comments. I usually just cry. Yeah. Ding! Trump is speaking right now. How many times has he used the word beautiful? So he just started. My guess is he's used the word beautiful at least 7 times now. He's only been speaking for a minute, but my guess is 7 times. I mean, Harry, as I try to reiterate, I don't even recognize your name per se. I think you're new here, but like there's no need to go to do what you just did. Like go all or nothing. You have the 50% as long as you have that account. Every 30 days, it will renew at the 50% off price. So you don't have to like rush anything. Yeah, you can copy trade multiple accounts. Yes. Hey, Legendary, good to have you. We are close to a deal with Iran. Yeah, as you can see, the market's like, you can literally tell what big money, smart money, whatever you want to call it, you can literally tell what they think. There has been no movement because they're like, yeah, we've heard that 8 million times now. That's right, Brian. That's true. That comment might win the day for its accuracy. So whatever the price action is since the open on MES. I told you were part of the cult, Harry. I called this earlier with the terminology you use, and now you just use the 3 letters that just solidify it. Again, Harry, you have already broken the rules of your trade plan. Now you're literally doing what I described earlier. You're rationalizing, you're mentally gymnasticking yourself into why you should still be holding. And by the way, we've all been there before. We've all been there. Where we justify moving a stop, justify not using a stop, justify this, that, or the other. Like, we've all been there. So I just say this. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm very blunt, and I'll just call it what I see as the problem, because the good news is you can fix these problems. But it's hard to fix the problems if you're not aware of the problems. So I believe I am being compassionate by pointing out what the problem is. That way you can work on it and fix it. So no judgments. We've all had problems. We all have problems. But it's hard to fix a problem if you either don't know what the problem is, don't know that it exists. Or worse yet, you think the problem is something that's not the problem. Like what you thought, right? You originally blamed, well, I tried to catch a reversal and it didn't work out. I'm like, okay, I mean, that is a problem. You thought it was reversal and it didn't. But the ultimate problem, right, was your lack of stop loss. I racked up 5K. Oh, there you go. There you go. I went for a walk. That was the goal. Rack up them commissions. Good job. Well, hey, Harry, I will give you credit. Usually when I get a little blunt with some people, they call me a jerk. They say I'm mean, blah, blah, blah. And Harry, you said, thank you. The world needs more Harrys. The world needs more Harrys. Oh, you're mean. Chill out. I like you, Harry. I hope you stay around. Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm a hold and hoper. We've all said those words before. All right, last time I got up to the 50 SMA, rejected. Right here, maybe another rejection coming. Yes, Trump is speaking, but I just don't care. Like I said, I'm over. Okay, I'm short. Come on. Okay, a little scalp there because Trump is talking. So I'm still gonna factor that in with scalpy scalps. But I'm not gonna factor it in where I just say, and I'm not trading it at all. Hour candle drop. All right. For those of you that like the hourly candle, legendary with the heads up that the hourly candle has dropped. Well, wife says I'm done for the day. Hey, no, don't leave us, Hoover. Stay. All right, have a good one, Hoover. I'm trying to long here. 910 was entry. Stop. All right, good stuff, Lobber. As is always the case, if you want to have somebody that's always given a trade plan, 3 numbers, there it is. You just said everyone's 401k is up. Okay, again, this is where, whether you like the guy or not, you should know that's hyperbolic language. What he's actually saying is everybody's portfolio is up a lot. Does he literally mean everybody's up that amount to the penny? If you think that, then you despise Trump to the point where you're not, like, you have lost all rationality. Again, he does not mean that to the penny. That literally everybody 401k is up exactly that amount. He's using hyperbolic language, which he's trying to say everyone's 401k is up a lot. That's what he's actually saying, right? We've had this discussion before. Whether you like the guy or not is not the question. But if you just assume he's using hyperbolic language, things make a little bit more sense. And he could, and here's the thing, you can be a moron and use hyperbolic language. You could also be a really smart guy who uses hyperbolic language. So, but those are 2 different discussions. My point is, if you just look through the lens of he's using hyperbolic language, things make more sense. And you're not going to be like, man, he said everybody's portfolio is up $300,000 to the T. It's like, okay, well, I don't think he literally meant that the way. Just repeating. Okay. All right. Fair enough. You're just repeating what he said. Fair enough. We all do it. And if you claim you don't, you just don't realize it. What? Oh, yeah. We all use hyperbolic language, right? I mean, I use it with my kids. For the millionth time, no. Now, some people, like, if anyone was like, you've told your kid that a million times, like, everybody understands that's hyperbolic language. Some people, they're just not willing to concede that to Trump because they don't like the guy. They're not willing to concede hyperbolic language. I'm just saying things make a little bit more sense. A little bit more sense. I didn't say total sense. A little bit more if you just look through hyperbolic language. All right, here we go. Maybe. I actually, you have a counter every time you just click it? I mean, the chart in the 5-minute has me wanting to get short here. Same with here. And I'm going to try it if it comes down. Okay, I'm short. Come on. 5, probably not the smartest. I will confess. Come on. I feel so naughty trading while I know Trump is saying, like, at any moment. Come on. And then it's like barely budging all of a sudden. Look, I mean, the 5 minute, it just looks beautiful for a short. I mean, I cannot ask for a better looking 5 minute right now. If you were to pull up the 5 minute. To me, that's a good looking short situation. But there are no guarantees, especially when Trump is talking. Okay, Johnny's going into timeout. Absolute dent. Oh, I really don't want to bail on this 5 minute, but I'm going to have to. Getting very close to no soup for me. The only reason why I'm giving it a little bit more leeway is because I'm up plenty green on the day, but that... Oh, we were right at the 21 EMA. I can't stop out here. If you pull up the 21 or if you pull up the 5 minute of the 21 EMA, we were like right at it. If anything, I should probably add some here. And if it pushed up a little bit more, I'm out. But this is a very possible rejection area. I'm just... Okay, there we go. I will add some more right there. A little bit more confirmation. Because if this comes down here, this could be looking very good all of a sudden. With her, look at that 5 minute rejection off the 21 EMA. Come on, brother. Let's go. Let's play ball now. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful 2 minute here. Will it deliver, though? Oh, my. Look at this 5 minute taking shape. Come on, come down. Still have not added. It's not giving me the chance to add. Well, that's where my stop has got to be. Well, got my hopes up and looking like I'm about to get stopped out. All right, stopped out. Well, I will look at it like this. Thank you for not filling me here, because that would have doubled my size, and then it would have went up. So I really can't play the victim on this one because, man, if the market really wanted to punch me in the face, it would have filled me right here and then done that move. Who is this Peter Pan guy? Are you laughing at me, Peter Pan? I've not caught a good move. I'm on the wrong side each time. Yeah, the 5 minute for a moment there was looking beautiful. To be fair, Trump is talking. So I've kind of like, I don't really care. And this is the stuff that happens. Trump can make really nice setups kind of irrelevant. So, again. Okay, let's stop talking about manipulation. We all know that there are some very basic lines of logic that can be used to distort. Well, then again, I don't want to talk about manipulation. It's an annoying topic. All right, right back to that area of resistance. I'm thinking about a short here. I mean, it's rejected from this area once, twice, 3 times. So do we get another rejection? I don't know, maybe. That's true. Yeah, he is. He is probably naked in the backyard doing a rain dance. Is somebody thinking about resetting their account? Today, especially the first time I cooked 3 accounts with one of them. Yeah, today was very volatile. That's why I started off the live stream talking about how you got to have your position size on point. Where'd Peter Pan go? Interesting. Interesting. I like people like Peter Pan. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Time for longs. Okay, what does that mean? Can you give us a actual, like, where do you go long and where's your stop loss at? I don't know what time for longs means. In a practical sense, that is. That's true. You long the bottom and sell the top. That's true. Stupid me. Buy low, sell high. Well, I mean, somebody always calls it. Stops it. Bullish pattern. Again, that none of the, okay, I don't recognize the name LTTP, so it's nice to have you. But like right now, like that doesn't mean it. Bullish pattern. Okay. So we're around here. We like clarity, and we define clarity as a trade plan, and we define a trade plan as 3 numbers: an entry as a number, a stop as a number, and a target as a number. So if you could just give us those 3 numbers, that would be way more helpful than saying time for longs, because that time for longs doesn't, and again, in a practical sense, mean anything because there's no clarity. So my first question to you would be like, okay, it's time for longs. Well, yeah, where? Where do you get long at? So where would your entry point be? Let's start there. Looks like it did. It just squeaked up above 30,000. No, we don't need to. No, don't encourage Harry. We need to be honest with Harry. Harry just got lucky. He just built a bad habit. Because now in his mind, this is what he just created in his mind. He now has a library in his mind where he can do this. Well, that one time when I didn't honor my stop, yeah, man, I was getting cooked, but it came back up. So he just now has a rationalization mechanism. The gracious thing that the market should have done to Harry is to have stopped him out. That would have been the gracious thing. But the market was actually very cruel, which sounds backwards. What are you talking about? The market bailed him out. No, the market just created a bad habit in him. That's what the market just did. Okay, well, when you actually have a trade plan, LTTP, let us know, brother. When you see something where you're like, okay, yeah, I'm getting long here, let us know at that exact moment in time. And then we'll go to the next part of the trade plan, which would be your stop loss number. But I do understand right now, maybe you're still waiting to see how things take shape. Fair enough. But as soon as you know, let us know. We're not fans of the trust me bro trade plan around here. It does not take long to know moving the stop is not a good... Yeah, either adjusting the stop downwards or just not even having a stop. I think we retest VWAP. So I assume that means you're a long, James? Yeah, no, exactly. At that point, do you even really have a stop loss? I think there's an order block. Oh my goodness. Good. Okay, Harry, you got to stop using all this terminology. You're going to give me a conniption. Yeah, move stops, add contracts, start praying. So again, Meech, when you have your entry point, let us know, because that'll provide ultimate clarity to how you define a legit pullback. But nobody knows what you mean by a legit pullback. But if you give us an entry point when it happens, we will officially know how you define a legit pullback. That's what I mean. Numbers are the ultimate form of clarity. Hey, good morning, Eddie. Perfect. There's the Meech I remember. So Meech defines a legit pullback as 945. Because that is where he's going to buy. So there we go. And that's great. Fair enough. Now maybe you disagree. What are you talking about? I think a legit pullback is 960. Hey, no problem. Agree to disagree. But at least we now know how Meech defines a legit pullback. Thank you, Meech. I appreciate that, good sir. The power of three numbers, the clarity that it brings is amazing. Long at 967. Okay, so Skeletor is also looking for a pullback, but he thinks the pullback will be over at 967. Fair enough. At least we now know, instead of Skeletor saying, hey, buy the pullback, he's now telling us, okay, well, where would you buy the pullback? Border Steve, we need numbers from you. Now, Hoss. What does that mean? Give me a number. Define now. Where? Give us a number. Yes, I know what an order block is. It's a cult term derived so people can sound smarter than what is actually needed to be the case. Yes, support and resistance. The tried and true thing that's been it's called for like ever. But people want to reframe it so that people can sound smart. Okay, well, you let us know as soon as you get long or not. So fair enough, Meech. But if you decide to get long, then type in the room as soon as you obviously get long. And then hop in here. Long at 960. And then you know the rest. Give us your stop and target. Still wait on Border Steve to give us some numbers. Right now, it's just words. Now. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's helpful. Now. Can you give us numbers or not, Border Steve? This is exactly what I told you in the comment. Like, we're just asking for clarity. So you're now diverting away to me, says the micro trader. How is it? Just give us numbers. We're just seeking clarity. Don't try to make us seem like we're the bad guys for seeking clarity. The 18-year-old skipping stocks and going straight to futures without building any of the rules. Well, no. I mean, I would say good for them. I'm glad they're not starting stocks because stocks is garbage. Whether you're starting with stocks, options, forex, crypto, Futures, I mean, yeah, you want to have rules regardless. But I guess it's the only way they can do it with their bankroll. Or maybe they're just being smart and following math. I have the bankroll to load up $25,000 into a stock account so I can day trade and not have to worry about the pattern day trader rule. I have that capital, but why would I do that? The math doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's it. I'm subscribing. I can learn and get laughed get laughed at the same time. Hey, thank you, JH. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to teach, keep it a little entertaining. You know? Appreciate that, JH, instead of, you're mean, I'm out of here. Thank you for taking it as intended. In other words, JH has this thing we call a sense of humor. Stick around, JH. I'm a simple man. All I ask for is a sense of humor. That's it. Okay, fine. A little bit of logic. Be a little bit of a logical thinker. Just a little bit of logic combined with a sense of humor. I want to be your friend. We don't even have to agree on everything. We can disagree. That's fine. As long as you can have a little bit of logic, little intellectual honesty with a sense of humor. Okay, yeah, numbers and a sense of humor. That's kind of what I meant by logic. Because logic, that's what numbers are, right? Numbers are logic. Because numbers are structure. And that's what logic is. It's structure. Thank you, JH. I think, Harry, that you have an incomplete trade plan. I think that once again, you forgot the stop loss that you had just told us you're never going to forget to do again. Yet you just forgot it. Weird how that works. Hey, Dean. Yeah, Dean and I went through a rough patch. I don't remember even what it was about. But Dean, we worked through it. And yeah, Dean, we're friends. See, I don't even remember what the issue was. Border Steve, can you give numbers or no? Like, I'll just concede. Sure, it looks like a cup and handle. That's fine. But, like, how are you going to make money from this cup and handle? That's where the numbers come into play, brother. Can you please quickly tell me what levels you use? Do you mean what like indicators I use? What do you mean what levels? Any options to look into the micro E-mini? Which one? You talking about the ES JD or JDG? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to scare old ladies with my screaming. See, look at James. Border Steve, look at James. Do you see the three numbers he gave? Or the two numbers, but then he gave more of a description of his final. But like the two key numbers are there. That's all we're asking for. Stand by. Perfect. And by the way, for everybody, I do understand and I try to be sympathetic. I get why people are scared to give three numbers because that actually opens up the door to potentially being wrong. And I get it. Around the internet makes it seem like if I'm wrong, people are going to laugh at me and make fun of me. That won't happen here. You will have our respect for being courageous. If it does happen, I will immediately ban that person because at least you had the courage to be clear. So there is truly nothing to be scared of around here. You will be respected to just provide clarity. Even if you're wrong, even if you get stopped out, okay, welcome to the club. MES. Levels like London High, Asia High. I like the overnight high and the... All right, so the three levels, I like overnight high, overnight low, and I like the previous session close, which is that right there. Those are the three levels that I use. What do I think of gold? You're going to have to be way more specific. Like, what do I mean? What do I think about gold from a day trading standpoint? What do I think about gold from an investment standpoint? What do I think about getting gold teeth? Dude, I forgot about the Illuminati guy. That was wild. What was that, like 3 weeks ago? That was funny. The guy literally defaulted to the Illuminati controls the market. Like, okay. What strategy do I use to trade? I call it the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Because I'm a dented baboon. I'm an idiot. So I just like candlesticks and moving averages, the VWAP, volume, and that's it. But I don't have any cool sounding terminology. I don't have any like cool like abbreviations because I'm too stupid for all that. So the only abbreviation I have is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So I like the KISS method. So what if they do make money from it? What if they do make money? I'm not sure what you're saying, West Side. So what if they do make money? If who does what? Yeah. Some people, if you want to go do the stars aligning, cool. You're welcome. Good to have you here, Snahal. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But I don't recognize the name, which makes me think that you were new around here. So good to have you. Gold teeth is a Russian thing? No. Oh, yeah. No, that's, well, true. I hear what you're saying, and I do agree. But in some senses, it begs the question, okay, if you think that there is something that controls the market, then technically things are completely out of your control. Like you can't even gain an edge because something else controls it. So like, why would you trade in an environment where you can't gain an edge? But I do hear what you're saying. You're saying at the end of the day, who cares? Just trade the market. Agreed. That was perfect pronunciation. Okay, well, don't ask me to do it again because I don't even know how I said it. Yeah, that does seem to be the pattern, West Side. Agreed, that does seem to be the pattern. Then call me Boris. I make no claims that my memory is that good. Like some people's names, I can remember the name behind the screen name, but my memory is weird, but it's not that weird. So I'll try my best, Legendary, to remember to call you Boris, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So in my mind, I'm wondering, are we about to fall back inside of this range, which we were in for quite a while, right? So I don't think this is controversial. We were in the sideways range for a while, chopped around. But yeah, are we about to potentially fall back inside of it? I don't know. I'm just trying to make it very visual what I'm seeing in my mind. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. But I'm not willing to commit either way at this point. But we'll see what we can cook up here. Boris the Bullet Dodger. It could doink the top. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I'm not willing to commit because I could also just see it once again back test this and keep going. Fully agree with that. Especially when I bring over the 5. Try that again. Especially when I bring over the 5 minute. And you can see that right here we also have the 21 EMA and a pivot point. So 965 going to kind of be, I think, what would be a very important level. All right, look at Xenoctra. Guy's barely been around the stream and he already understands the 3 numbers. Like to give 3 numbers. There you go. We're just a simple chat. We're just simple people. We're looking for some clarity with 3 numbers. No, stop. Oh my goodness, stop day trading options. That mathematically makes no sense, my good sir. Why are you dealing with theta? Why deal with theta? You don't need to. Thank you, Deadeye Dave. New hair. Well, welcome. Shuaib. What MAs are you using? This is the 21 EMA, the green line. Purple line is the 50 SMA. This is the VWAP. Where's my 200? Must be up here. Okay, and then the pink is the 200 SMA. So 200 SMA, VWAP, 21 EMA, 50 SMA. Sometimes I buy leaps. Well, yeah, that's swing trading. My argument is very, very specific. In the category of day trading options is garbage. Mathematically provable. In the category of day trading. If you are playing leaps, that is swing trades. That's not the category I'm talking about. All right, boy. All right. I'm thinking of maybe a long here. This was a pretty impressive move down, back up, looking at a hammer candle here. All right. I am in. Come on, hammer. Keep hammering. Just in case there's some kind of spike up. Take advantage of it. I don't want to. Now, do I think it's going to spike up? Not necessarily. Oh, my. Look at that hammer candle. I could not ask for a better candle than that. Again, JH, good job. Keep in mind, my argument is not that you can't make money day trading options. My argument is you're making your life harder than it needs to be. You're working harder, not smarter, because of theta. Why deal with theta if you don't have to? So that's actually amazing. Good job. You made money with day trading options. Imagine how much more you would be making or would have made if you didn't have to deal with theta. Please hit my first target. Come on. Thank you. Okay, let's make sure this is a green trade. So let's get my stop slightly in the green. Come on. Again, this will be a green trade now. Just trying to figure out how much of a green. And I'm stopped out. Again, JH, when I say theta, you know what I mean, right? Theta. Which I'm assuming annoys you as an options day trader when you're buying options. Man, isn't theta a crypto too? Oh, I don't know. Is there a coin called theta? Could be. It's a letter in the Greek alphabet too. I am asking about theta within the context of options trading, though. Shuab. Well, welcome. Good to have you. And yes, that is correct. Do I try another long? Maybe. This top of the channel is holding. I don't know why this thing just couldn't go straight up 400 points. I don't think that's unreasonable on my end to have wanted that to happen, but whatever. Okay, here we go, maybe. Again. This I'm wondering, I might just buy down here. And if it dumps, it dumps. All right, yeah, I'm going to try. Long at the green line. You hit target price again. Good job. I'm up a lot. Well, now comes the true skill. Can you hold on to the gains? At the end of the day, are you still going to be able to say I'm up a lot? This is now you've entered into where it takes skill. Blind drunk monkey, and I'm not saying you're a blind drunk monkey. I'm just saying in general, blind drunk monkeys can make can make money in the markets. Hanging on to those gains, growing accounts, that aka managing risk, that's where the true skill comes in. Don't be afraid to take. Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong, Westside. But again, you have to remember, I have three things that I'm trying to balance right now. The live stream, thanks to all of you, well, most of you, 99% of you, is fun. Second, this is the business. This stream is an income source. It is a business. And then there's responsible trading. So yes, in the category of responsible trading, Westside, in that one category, would it maybe be smart to just move on? Probably. However, I still have those other two categories. I have this is a business income stream, and I have this is fun. So again, it's always a battle. I'm trying to balance those three things out all at once. Yeah, JH, and I hear you. My point, I guess, is this. You can just not even have to worry about Greeks at all because futures, not only do they move better than options anyways, there's no Greeks. But I mean, even if we just assume they move the same, which they don't, but let's just assume they move the same, the fact that you can just kick all the Greeks to the curb, I would hope would be like, oh yeah, that would make my life way easier. But again, that's not, they're not the same. Futures move way better anyways. So you can trade something that moves way better and doesn't have any of the Greeks. So that's what I mean by like, it's just working smarter, making your life a little bit easier. All right, well, never mind on the pullback there. Did not pull back. If it does come back down, though, I'll still be interested. Speaking of the stream, 400 of you watching, hit like. That is true. If you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it is appreciated. I know it doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot, but it does help. So if you don't mind hitting the like button, it does help. All right, maybe a short up around here, but man, and I just say that because the last time I got to this general area, it did bounce. So potentially some sort of double top here. Maybe kind of, sort of. Saw a Reddit post of someone going break even on an option, even though the stock price went up. Oh yeah, you know, exactly. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about theta. Yeah, so just for example's sake, if you're not familiar with theta, so for example, you could buy a call right here. Buy a call option. Call option means you want the price to go up. And you would logically be saying, okay, so that person's making money because if they bought here and now the price is up here, they're therefore in the green. Maybe. Why is that a maybe? Well, the problem is before this happened, it did all the sideways stuff. So all this sideways stuff is where theta is eating away at the value. So maybe they're just right now at break even. Maybe they're still underwater. They could be green to be fair, but my point is with futures, like you don't have to care about sideways action. That is the Cliff Notes version. With futures, you don't have to care about sideways action. With options, you definitely do because of theta. Well, again, JH, let me ask you this. When you're trading options, what are you using for your decision-making process? Are you using charts already? Clay, I remember that one dude who said, oh yeah, that's a classic. That's one, well, I think that still takes the cake as the craziest thing we've heard. Typical lunch hour trading, no forcing trades for me. Hey, it's the walk to you. Sounds like you've gained some discipline over the past several months. Options work better if you're scalping around in the morning and then getting out. I mean, I agree. They can work better relative to other options things. But my argument is, why put those things on you at all? Why even have to care about, in your words, scalping around the in the money price? Like, just who cares? Like, you can just set all that brain power aside. So you're right, but like that still doesn't really My main point is just let's try to free up our brains as much as possible. Hey, Manic, I remember you from yesterday. All right, maybe a short here. Not maybe, I will short. Step one, though, I wanted to see it bump its head on the overnight high. Or, I'm sorry, overnight low. So price needs to come up here, hit its head there. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. That's close enough. And this will be my stop. So it's either, I'm trying to play a double top. You can't see the other top because it's scrunched. All right, well, if it pushes up through, then never mind. All right, never mind. That's the high I was looking for. Okay, maybe a short up here at VWAP, maybe. So there we go. I'm glad I waited for confirmation because I never got confirmation. Therefore, I never took the trade. Therefore, I'm not losing any money on it. Hey, Auntie. With futures, too much fees and commissions. Well, Carlito, you're kind of making a broad statement. Let me ask you this. What do you think the commissions are that are too much? Hey, Black Sheep. Because I would contest what I'm doing and what many people here are doing. The commissions are they're commissions, but they're not way too much. Or I'm sorry, you didn't say way too much. You just said too much. Clay, my personal favorite was always being right on direction, maybe by quite a bit, but the theta destroyed the call by the time it. Yeah, no, exactly, Captain Crunch. Now, I don't feel bad for you given you're poisoning our children with food dye. But, like, in general, yeah, I've been there too. I mean, if I can be frank, I'm glad it happened to you. You deserve it. No, I mean, if anybody deserved it, it's Captain Food Dye Crunch. Oh, yeah, I know how to read the candles in my line. Okay, well, there you go. Well, JH, you are 97% of the way there to understanding futures already. Because futures is 97% just reading the charts. Oh, I see what you did there. Captain Crunch has a little bit of a wit. That's true. And it does cut the top of your mouth. That's true. Yeah, that's agreed, Brian. But Carlito, I'd like to help you out. I think you have some false understandings of how this all works. If you're blaming commissions, I think we can help you out. Okay, well, Carlito, you said commissions are too much. What commissions are you paying or have you paid that you define as too much? What is that number, sir? All right, 5 minute. We are approaching potential short area. Right here, we're at the downsloping 50 SMA. That's valued at, let's call it 040. Okay. Right, but that's I've heard this argument, but it doesn't. There's always trade-offs, and if you're willing to introduce theta into your life to trade things that don't move nearly as well, because you don't have to pay commissions, that doesn't make sense. Because commissions with the right futures broker are like, yeah, they're there, but it's not like it's $100. Like, I understand, dude. I'm going to trade something with $0 commissions because the alternative is trading something that has hundreds of dollars of commissions per trade. Like, I understand the math with that argument. But, like, the math is not in your favor because, well, I can do something with theta and with all this other stuff so I can save $20 a day. Like, that doesn't actually math out. And this is coming from somebody that loves a good deal. I love to use coupons, right? There's nothing that warms my heart more than cutting that coupon so I can save 25 cents on a box of Captain Crunch. With that said, I'm also a man of math. And I understand, like, wait a second. Hey, Top. All right, maybe a short taking place here. Okay, again, now Carlito, the key with futures is because futures move so quick. Don't do futures with your own funds. Do it through a prop firm. The prop firm that I use and recommend is Take Profit Trader, and their commissions are this. So well, you'd want to start with MNQ. So MNQ is per contract, 25 cents to buy, 25 cents to sell. So 50 cents round trip. So is there commission? There is. But dude, it's 50 cents per contract round trip. Like, I will gladly pay 50 cents per contract round trip if it avoids me, if it kicks the Greeks to the curb, if it gives me access to something that moves way better than options anyways, right? To me, 50 cents per contract is well worth the trade-off. Now, if that was $500 per contract, now we can have that discussion a little bit more. Shorting here is scary. Well, I mean, maybe. If you're not using a stop, it can be scary. I paid $10K. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Thinkorswim does have higher commissions, not to mention you're risking your own funds with Thinkorswim. So I'm glad you're doing props now. Again, we have the VWAP right here, which I'm watching, I'm considering, but I also want to be, I would prefer not to get paper cut it to death if this is going to be some big, long, kind of grinding session. Should probably only short if it gets below VWAP. All right, Edison is only interested in shorting if it gets below VWAP. I might be a little bit sooner than that, but for Edison, stick with your trade, brother. Edison only wants below VWAP. Fair enough. I'm not interested in going long right now. We're still quite a bit above the 21 EMA. Now, if the 21 EMA can catch up, that means we get more consolidation. I'd be a little bit more interested at that point. Front running is also a thing. So explain how you're going to make money from front running. Before pandemic, there was only a small one. Yeah, no, we're in the golden age of day trading because of the invention of micro futures and prop firms. Absolute golden age of day trading. Back in my day, you had to have $25,000 to day trade, or you had to use some sketchy offshore broker. Not anymore. You young kids, you don't know how good you got it. You don't know how good you got it. You can fire up and start day trading and have true, genuine upside potential for like $100. Look at this boomer. I know. I'm telling you though, when I had to walk to school uphill both ways in 98-degree heat, 6 inches of snow, I'm telling you, it was rough back then. Oh, you're answering to Edison. Gotcha. Sorry. If you don't mind, if you don't mind tagging people that you're talking to, that helps out. Because if you don't tag the person, I assume you're talking to me. But it's not that big of a deal. But I'm short at 035. Okay. Stop is at 065. All right, Chase. All right, I like Chase. Look at this guy. 3 numbers, ultimate clarity, nothing but respect, brother. 98 degrees and 6 inches of snow. You know that's right. Exactly. That is global. That's global warming, global cooling, and climate change all at once. That's what I grew up in. Kids got to learn to trade first. I agree. And it is sure a lot easier to learn to trade when a stupid mistake doesn't cost you $2,000 but $100. I grew up in the age where a dumb mistake A learning lesson could cost thousands of dollars. I could have learned the same exact thing in this day and age for like $100. Beard looks good on you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the beard. El Nino. Oh, that's right. I forgot about El Nino. Or El Nino. The best of both worlds. That's right. Is Trump done talking? That is a very good question. I think it's a cabinet meeting, though. But as I disclosed earlier, I've reached my breaking point. I don't care. If he's talking, I'm still trading. I don't care anymore. Because if I make it the policy to not trade while he's talking, I get to trade like 3 minutes per week. Okay, here we go. Gonna probably try a long here as it pulls back to this area. If it keeps dumping, well then it is what it is. Come on down a little bit more. Come on. I mean, it's bounced from this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if 5th time's a charm. I can't even, and I can't get the letters. That's the one thing I don't like about this indicator. Like, I can't get I just wish I could have the line there. I can't get the text to disappear, though. It's annoying. Because now I can't even quite tell. So if I make money here, it's because of my own skill. If I lose money here, though, it's because I couldn't see stuff. Because of I'll blame the indicator. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. I will buy at the green line if it wants to come back up. See if we can get that bounce. I got a partial fill of 2. I wanted 5. Well, if it wants to dump, then yeah, I'll be happy it only gave. All right, well, how would I go? Well, I'm glad I only got 2 of the 5. Thank you, market. So 5th time was not the charm. I don't know. I can only speak for myself, but man, this afternoon has been tricky for me. All right, we're at the 21 EMA. I'm not going to do it, though. Did not make your short entry. Roger that. Keeping the West wild. Tricky for sure. Well, good. I'm glad it's at least me and String Bean. I don't think anybody's crazy if we're going long here, but like I said, I just had that losing trade, so I don't want to hop back in too quick. Short 11, stop 33. All right, I like that, Mark. A man of courage. Oil below $90 a barrel. Please keep falling. I agree. The further oil goes down, that is the equivalent of a tax cut for all of us. More money in our wallets. Last couple of days, all dumping, but index went up. Which index are you talking about? Well, I guess all indexes went up. All right, I think I'm going to try again. I'm going to try long here, see if we can get the bounce off the 21 EMA. It is putzing around like it wants to maybe hold strong, but only want to get long if it bounces back up to that green line. Again, last time it was down here, nice little bounce from it. It's acting like it wants to maybe hold as support again. No fill. And all right, never mind. I don't like it anymore. My risk profile would be too big on it. Since it dropped and put in these new lows, the risk profile is no longer the same. Therefore, it's not the same trade that I was going to take. Therefore, no longer interested. Therefore, back to sitting on my hands until probably the yellow line. I am interested in the yellow line down here as a potential bounce point. Do you use order book? No, I do not. Nope. What are you doing with your life? I'm trying to get chickens. What are you doing with your life? I want a garden and chickens. I'm working on building a homestead right now. Well, that was good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was all expense paid trip. If you want another one, just let me know. Be happy to send you. Again, all expenses paid. VIP room. Whoa, all right. The power of waiting for confirmation. Are we really about to fall back inside of the channel? Why not? So I don't want to misrepresent. You want to go back or no, AMS? I should have chased. Yeah. We both should have chased Bitcoin at $100 a coin too. We both should have chased and bought Bitcoin at $100 a coin. I don't know. I don't know how many chickens. How many should we start off with? We are still building the house, so we've not crossed that bridge yet. We're still trying to decide on, or more so my wife is still trying to decide on tile and tile colors and blah, 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 and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 20? 12? A dozen? Are you really going to bounce right off that yellow line? Stop. Don't make me feel bad for not getting there. They sell them in 6-packs at Tractor Supply. Just for egg? I guess right now just for eggs. But I wouldn't mind trying meat chickens. Word calculator Risco. I want to know what he's doing with his life. What kind of dent is that? How socially awkward is that? Imagine this in real life. He walks up to me, says, "What are you doing with your life?" And then I start to talk and he just turns around and walks away. That's crazy. Live streaming is bizarre. How socially awkward is that? It's crazy. I have it made. I have the land and the neighbor has the chickens. They are here and every day and the neighbor brings. Oh, nice. That's a good trade-off. Yeah, there is an auction. I think the 5-year is at 1 p.m. But Melissa, good question, good reminder. I'm kind of over it though. We're on such a cold streak that maybe it just doesn't matter anymore. So I'm not going to be too worried about it, but now that you bring it up, maybe we can keep an eye on it. Watch it go nuts at 102 now. The day I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about it. Understood. Have a nice day. Oh, did I miss a comment from him? Understood. Have a nice day. Who said that? Entry at 30,000. Okay, you're looking at short right there. Okay, Jay. Oh, it's just the meme, sorry. I try to keep up with the memes, but I'm old and crusty. Can you send me some screenshots somehow? Are you part of the mentorship program? 6 hungry chickens and a crop in the field. Should I know that song? If I should, I do not know it. Yeah, my wife wants to get into bees. She wants to do honey. I said, baby cakes, honey buns, you go get that honey. Yeah, Shadow, I don't mean to be a jerk, but like, I can really only do that sort of stuff for people that are part of the mentorship. My time is limited, especially when I have 6 kids. So yeah, not trying to be a jerk, but if I offer that for everybody, then like, you know, thank you. I appreciate you understanding. Nothing personal, just a function of time management. Check that bounce off the yellow line. I know. Stupid me wanted to see like a hammer form, but no, it just flat out bounced right off of it. Plant blackberries. Yeah, well, thanks to all you American taxpayers, we have CRP too, which is what? Conservative Resource Program. So like instead of me using some of the land for farmland, I use it to like save quail and like butterflies and stuff like that. So thank you to all of you American taxpayers. I appreciate you. You're paying me to save some butterflies. Conservative Reserve. Oh, is that what it stands for? I can never remember. So anyways, my long way of saying it's pretty nice. Like there's all these like natural flowers, blah, blah, blah. So it'll be really good for bees. I think it's pretty big in the Midwest. It was not really a thing in Michigan, but it's pretty commonplace here in Iowa. Whoa! What was that spike? What was that spike? It is! It was the auction! Melissa! Holy crap, the time we forget about it, we actually get a little bit of spicy. Okay, it was a 5-year, right? Okay, we had to remember. Somebody marked this down somewhere. 5-year. The 5-year bond auction. Maybe this is one that the market cares about right now. Dang. That was so stupid. What? The past 2 or 3? Absolute crickets on the bond auctions. Then we get this one, and all of a sudden it gets a little spicy. It's for planting longleaf pine here in Georgia. Gotcha. You were short? Were you fast enough to get it? Because that did happen very fast, Melissa. Hopefully you were fast enough. I'm about to replant after a horrible loss of my stand. Yeah, that kind of comes with it. Yes, quick scalp for sure. Not as much as I coulda, but better than being red. Well, Melissa, I appreciate the reminder because I had totally forgot because I've kind of not cared anymore, but maybe I should start caring. But we got to try to remember, in the future, the 5-year bond auction. We'll have to try to pay attention to that one next time. I was short and had some orders out in case it spiked since I'm working on getting past. Hey, nice, Kerry, and good job being in the pro. Actually, you're not allowed to trade the 5-year bond auction with your TPT Pro account, Kerry, so it's now toasted. I'm kidding, Kerry. I'm kidding, Kerry. That was a cruel joke. Because for a minute there, you probably cracked a walnut. Everybody, that noise you heard of that was Carrie cracking a walnut for that brief second where she thought I was being serious. Yeah, sorry, Carrie. That was Bush League on my part. Don't call the cops. That was not a gunshot you heard out your window, everybody. Do not call the police. Wasn't a gunshot. It was just Carrie cracking that walnut. All right, Carrie. She's got the right morning routine. My walnut's cracked. Yeah, that was Bush. I probably should not have done that. That's because that is, yeah, especially on a pro account. That was Bush League. That was below the belt. Or I don't know. How do you say that for a woman, right? For a guy, oh man, that was below the belt. Like for a dude, that makes sense. I don't know. How do you say it? How do I say that to a woman though? Like below the belt doesn't mean anything. Have you ever thought about that? Like that saying? Can you even, I guess you just can't use it with women. It doesn't have any reference. Oh, that was a below the belt comment, Clay. Doesn't make any sense for Kerry though. See, think about it. These are the deep philosophical conversations we get here. All right. I am going to try along if it comes back up here with the premise being this is just a fake breakdown through here. Well, all right, let's see if it wants to come down. There we go. Okay. Maybe like a little bit of a double bottom here. Let's see. Oh, nope. Nope. All right, never mind. Looking like this is a true breakdown, and my risk profile is now too big. I'm thinking, but like, yeah, I don't know. I guess you just can't. And nobody else has replied. That was between the shoulders? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Well, now we're just bleeding on the 5-minute. Working on our 4th red candle in a row. I'm holding my short. Good job, Jay. And Jay, he called it out ahead of time. That's what it's all about. No trust me, bro, from Jay. He called it out. Fantastic. Good job. Hey, and for Chase. Chase also called it out ahead of time. That is why. Nobody's trying to trap you. Nobody's trying to set you up. It is truly funner, if that's a word, to cheer for somebody or to congratulate somebody when you know that they literally called it out either ahead of time or in real time, as opposed to trust me, bro. So good job, Chase. Good job, Jay. Well done. A kick in the head? Yeah. Probably. Kinda. I don't know if I've ever heard a kick in the head. Oh, that was a kick in the head comment. See, look at this. We got String Bean. We got Jeff. We got Homer. People are congratulating other people. Because it's great, because we all know, like, none of this trust me, bro stuff. I love it. Love to see it. Look at this positivity in the chat. Ain't that a kick in the head? I don't know if I've ever heard that one. All right, I gotta. Okay, looking for a long at the green line. It's bounced. It's bounced. It's bounced. Will 4th time be a charm? That is the question in my mind. So what is this? A quad bottom? Right? Quad bottom? I think that's what I'm looking to try to play. The quad bottom. I didn't catch any of that move. Well, we'll trust that one. After that massive sell order. After what massive sell order? I don't know. A massive sell order would help bring it down to my entry point. Looking for the quad bottom. Quad bottom. I don't know if that's a term. But we have the double bottom. We have the triple. So yeah. Double, triple. What comes after double, triple? What would the next one be? Is that, I think that's quad. Oh, the one that caused the pop at auction. Yeah, I'm not sure what, yeah, Dominic, I'm not sure what you're saying. Are you saying I shouldn't be buying down here? You might be right. That's why I got to stop. But it's bounced from here 3 times before. Okay, we're getting close. Clay, your stop loss is my target. Oh boy. Why wouldn't you buy at a place where it's bounced 3 times before? That's confusing to me. Oh, kind of close. Kind of close, but oh so far away. All right, well, never mind for now on that one. Momentum. Well, yeah, but don't you think that'd be a logical area for that momentum to stop? Right? I mean, if there's momentum going, hopefully you're thinking, okay, there is momentum, but man, I got to be careful. Where do I think the momentum's going to stop, right? Because you don't want to chase it. And in my mind, that area down there was a logical place for it to think. I bet right there could be where the momentum stops. And if it doesn't, oh well, it's a controlled loss. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Auction. Yeah, the auction already happened. Well, I don't know. Gabor, I'm not sure what auction you're talking about, but the bond auction happened at 1. Okay, so how are you going to make money from this, Dominic? I showed how I was going to try to make money. Fair enough. Those are your thoughts. How are you going to make money from this? I assume you're getting short somewhere. Where are you going to get short at? Where's your stop at? Where's your target? I'm assuming your entry is the low of the day, because you said if it hits low of the day again, it most likely will keep going this time. So I'm assuming low of the day is your entry. I'm on the sidelines personally. Well, then you don't have a whole lot of confidence in everything you're saying. Am I right there? Can we find common ground that you're kind of just saying stuff that you don't have a whole lot of confidence in? You clearly don't think it will most likely keep going down. Because if you genuinely thought that it would most likely keep going down, you would be like, I am not done for the day. That's more money right there. Gotta love the Monday morning quarterback. That's fair. I like Dominic. See, instead of doing mental gymnastics and turning himself into a logical pretzel, he was like, okay, that's fair. See, that's all it takes. I like Dominic. No problem. Well, I'm up 1,800, so there's that. Well, that doesn't really prove anything other than you could be up 3,600. Again, per your premise, if you think it is most likely to keep going down, why not risk $300? So worst case, you're up $1,500, but yet you have the potential to be up over $2,000. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. Risk, your words, not mine, most likely. So risk $300. Worst case scenario, you'd be up $1,500. That's still a good day. Interesting candle here. Attempted move back up, smacked right back down. So I'm actually now thinking potentially a short. Right, Dominic, and you're new here. Welcome to have you. So all of what you're saying is just words, and we try to avoid words around here. And the easy way to avoid words is to just use numbers, because like everything you're saying, like I hear you, but like it doesn't actually mean anything because there's no practical information. Practical information would be, okay, well, where are you actually going to enter? Where's your stop and where's your target? Those 3 numbers provide ultimate clarity. So by all means, feel free to share through those 3 numbers. And that way we have crystal clear clarity on what you're thinking. Good morning, Brian. Where are you at where it's morning? I guess probably out in California. Maybe you're in Hawaii. Hawaii, it is still... What time is it even in Hawaii? With their 6 hours behind? Behind Eastern, that is. It's differently. Colorado. How's it morning in Colorado? Hey, Papacito. That's what I like to see here. Look at those 3 numbers there. That's a man with courage. All right, I'm going to try a short. If this comes back down. Essentially kind of trying to play a bear flag here. I don't know, Dominic, even if it is, give us some numbers. Right now, it's just, you're just color commentating, which is, right? I hear what you're saying, but I don't feel what you're saying. Dude, that's deep. That's deep. I wouldn't get long unless it flushes another 140 points. Okay, so where'd that put you then, Chase? Where's that entry point at? All right, never mind. It continues to bounce. I am interested. Okay, let's do this. I would be interested in another potential short upper. Okay, hit the yellow line. No. Don't go down. See, that's messing up with my risk profile. I need it to stay up here so I can keep my risk profile tight. Look at Z Noctra. Look at those 3 numbers. Crazy. See, that's pure clarity there. All right. I can move. Come on, hit that yellow line. That's close enough. That's close enough. Okay, there we go. Good. Dang. Okay, never mind. I'm glad I'm waiting for confirmation. This thing is just going straight up right now. Yeah, okay. Out with $100. Good job, Papacito. Okay. Maybe the little miniature double top here. I got room. I got room. This is not totally preferable, but let's go for it. If I can hit that red line, if it turns blue, I'm in short. My stop's going to be right up here. Well, unless it pushes up through the yellow line, then this trade plan will be invalidated. All right, never mind. All right. And I'm still bearish biased. I think this is a dead cat bounce, but I would like to wait for some confirmation because as of now, to be fair, it is pretty strong right now, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think you're a dead cat bounce. Meow. Huh? What did somebody... You guys hear that? What was that? What was that? In fact, right now, moving forward, please do not call me baboon or clay or anything like that anymore. I want you to call me the meow meow. When I'm trying to play a dead cat, please refer to me right now as the meow meow. Next area interested in a short up around the yellow line. Thank you, Mr. Meow Meow. There we go. No, not furry, just meow meow. No, Meowgy. Mr. Meowgy, I see what you did there. Now, if I am wrong, and this is not a dead cat, and this is a V shape that's going straight back up, I'm about to have some losing trades. But I think you're a dead cat bounce. I think you're a dead cat. Meow meow. Meow Meow's from Karate Kid. I got it from Big Brother way back in the day. And do we have any Big Brother? Is Big Brother even on anymore? Anyways, I used to be huge into reality TV. And one of the seasons of Big Brother, there was an alliance that formed, and the guys all had nicknames, and the leader of the alliance was like, call me the Meow Meow. It was going well this afternoon. The live stream has been kind of tricky. Dominique, anybody can do what you're doing. You're just spewing words. Can you give numbers or not? I'm 100% going to give you crap about not providing clarity. If you want to take the position, man, it's crap that this guy demands clarity from me. If you want to take that position, fine. I don't think that's a good look, though. Man, what a jerk. He's seeking clarity. Man, this dude needs to calm down. Why does he want so much clarity from me? Okay, if you want to take that position, fine. The numbers is right in front of you. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Just short the lower low on your chart. No, it's not. Give me the number. I want to know what that number is. Not to mention you haven't given a stop loss either. No, see, stop loss bandit, you just flat out lied. Either you lied or you were not listening. I put you on timeout because you literally were not making any sense. You literally said that a mental stop loss is not a stop loss. You tried to tell me that a baseball is not a ball, that a polar bear is not a bear. That is why you got put on timeout, because you were talking quite literally illogically. That is why. Amazing how people just like, well, you know, in their minds convert things to, no, that's tough. In fact, that was like the joke for the next week. A mental stop loss is not a stop loss. Huh? Wait, what? Short a lower low and put stop above. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Dominique, you have no idea what you're doing then. Having a baseball in your mind is different than having an actual ball. What? What are you talking about? Just stop. What? Just it's getting worse for you. Then if that's your position, you said you're not using a stop loss. That's what you should be saying. You don't have a stop loss. But to call something a stop loss and then say it's not a stop loss, like, is, according to the laws of logic, incoherent. If you want to argue that, hey, the only form of a stop loss is you have to literally lock it into the system, that's fine. You would say that there is no such thing as whatever. But, okay, should I just put, do we just ban Dominic? He's clearly has no idea what you always know it's bad when nobody can give a number. So, in fact, let me check. Did this guy just create this account? Let's see. This sounds like somebody that, oh no, from 2012. Good grief. Put your stop loss above that candle. Again, Dominique, this is why I seek clarity. Above the candle. That doesn't mean anything. How do you define above? 1 point, 2 points, 3 points? Where if you just gave a number for the stop, we would all have perfect clarity on how you define above. The fact that you don't understand that either makes a tick. Yeah, that's what I mean. The fact that you don't understand all this reveals that you're either rage baiting right now or a total newbie. Yeah, I think he is just a troll at this point. So here, for all of you that are just observing, this is why 3 numbers are powerful. You will expose the clowns very quickly. Have you ever seen anybody push back so hard against just giving 3 numbers? You know exactly what I'm saying. No, I don't. That's why I asked you, how do you define above? Stop loss bandit, why are you still here? I don't understand why you're still here. You're still all grumpy about your emotional tirade last week where you got all illogical. Now you're still here trying to do mental gymnastics, turning your logic into a pretzel. Like, go make your loans. Congrats on your loan business. It's crazy. It's weird to me that somebody as supposedly as successful as you is continually to come back here to do pretzel logic. That's weird. It's almost like you don't have the business that you say you have. You usually trade in. No, I never trade in silence. There's too many. I'll sing to myself, brother. You stick around. You'll see. I'll entertain myself. Clay, what do you call someone who is beyond dented? Probably Dominique. Okay, Dominique is giving it time. Absolute clown. Holy smokes. Do you see why, folks? I won't ban him. We'll put him in timeout. Maybe you can recognize the error of his ways. But just the armchair quarterback describing all this stuff. When asked, can you give us a practical trade plan? Just more words. Just more words. What a grind, though. This is just green, green, green all the way back up. Yeah, I do not use TradingView. Maybe he doesn't know any numbers. You think? Maybe he has no idea what he's doing. I fully agree. He does not know any numbers. Agreed. And if you don't know any numbers, maybe the lip flapping should be minimized. Clay, you missed a short at the African VWAP. No, I don't play the African VWAP. I only play the Australian pivot points. And any other indicator? Well, I mean, I use candlesticks, trend lines, moving averages, volume profile. Look at Chase. I don't know if Dominic is still here. Look, I know Chase can't, or Dominic can't reply. Look at Chase. Do you see the three numbers? That's all we were asking for. That's all we're asking for. Ultimate clarity. Thank you, Chase. Clay, maybe he's using a point and figure. Maybe. I don't even know how to use those things. All right, maybe a short finally taking place here. If it wants to come back up here, I'll try the short. Stop will be above the high. Let's come up a little bit more. There we go. So risking about 6 points with slippage. Let's call it 8. So about an 8-point risk here on the short. Dominic was given 30 minutes. If he comes back and is the exact same way, then that's where the ban comes into play. But we'll give him 30 minutes to just think about what we're asking for, which is not supposed to be hard, just 3 numbers. But we've learned around here that people that just refuse to give 3 numbers, there's something bigger going on. Almost like they have no idea what they're actually doing. 30 minutes is way too long. He'll bail. Well, then he bails. Right, exactly, Rambo. It just goes back to what we always talk about. Anybody, it's easy to look smart and sound smart using broad statements. Looking for a short at the red line. Is African VWAP on TradingView? No, you have to call a guy. Yeah, numbers don't lie just like the hips don't lie. As the very wise Shakira once said. Yeah, you got to call a guy. If you want the African VWAP, you got to call a guy. You got it. Doggone it. Look at that. See, this is what I mean by broad statements don't work. Broadly, I was right. It wanted to come up and come down. But notice, I got the details wrong. My entry point was a little bit wrong. Therefore, it did not get filled. That's why we just want the 3 numbers. I cooked my account. Hey, if your wife says, chill out, probably maybe getting a little bit too much on tilt. So adjusted the trade plan a little bit. I want to get above the high, that high right there. So again, looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green line. So according to some, this is the only true stop loss that exists, is you've got to lock it into the system. Okay, here we go, maybe. Okay, I'm in. Will it reject or will it not? That is the question. Not looking so good, though. We'll see, though. Again, I'm short at the blue line. These are my initial targets down here. Come on, brother. Come down some more, brother. Hit that first target. That'd be nice. Nope. Not going to hit the first target. Come on down. Hit it. Thank you, brother. Okay, let's make sure this is a green trade. So my stop is now in green territory. So now my risk is green trade, reward, unknown green trade, meaning I don't know how big the green could get because I don't know how far down this might want to go. There we go. Next target hit. Very good. Let's look for a break. I don't know if it can break those lows. Yeah, let's go for it anyways. Let's see what happens. Come on, Pop. Kotang. Oh, cheering against me, Kotang. Well, hopefully we can both make money on it. Kotang. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? About to get stopped, maybe. At least I got 2 targets hit. Ooh. No, I'm not going to let you think. No, I'm not going to fall for it. You're not going to. No, I'm not going to let you trick me, Marky. No, you're going to stop me out. You just want to get my hopes up that I'm actually going to survive. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm not going to fall for it. Sell all trust. What? All right, stopped out there. So a decent trade. The mechanics were there. I'm happy with it. I got a couple of targets hit. I was positioned. I was ready to take advantage if it decided to fall. It didn't. And it happens. But like I said, the mechanics were there. Hey, Mambo Trader. Where's your stop loss at, Kotang? Let me guess, Kotang. Let me guess. You got long right there, didn't you, brother? You got long right there, 15 NQ. Trust me, bro. Kotang, I got long right there. 15 M or 15 NQ. Okay, well, next time, Kotang, around these parts, we like to see numbers in real time. But good job on this trade. In the next trade, give us some numbers either ahead of time or in real time, brother. We are at a pretty interesting level here on the 5-minute, right at the 50 SMA. And not to mention we have a pivot point right here. And the, oh my God, should I be looking to get short again? Maybe. This is a big, okay, all right, I kind of lost track of that. I might be looking to get short again here. Let's see. Got in at 9.13. Okay, like I said, Kotang, around these parts, we prefer real-time trade plans, not trust me, bro trade plans. Short. Okay, where are you getting short at? What was your name? You said your name was not Boswell. Don't tell me. Oh, what did you say your name was earlier? Boris. Boris, you said your name was. Boris, give us numbers. What do you mean short? Short where? What level short? What number? Saying short does not mean anything practically speaking. 972. Okay, cool. Where's your stop at, brother? You are short right here. Where's your stop at? What as a no? Uh-oh! Boris! Where's your stop at, brother? 995. Oh my goodness, Boris. Okay. Okay, you're still in. And your target is 935. Okay. Boris has our respect. He is a man of courage that could actually give us 3 numbers. Now, if you just showed up and you're like, Clay, why are you making such a big deal of this guy giving 3 numbers? Well, if you were here 10 minutes ago, you would have seen somebody that, boy, oh boy, getting 3 numbers out of this guy was like, woo! But yeah, you're still in, Boris. You're still in. It's getting close. Again, shout out to you, Legendary, for having the courage to at least give us a trade plan, to provide clarity. I have a question, Clay. I shared a pro account on TBT today, and it closed me out at... no, it's $10,000 in a day. What trade did you take where you made $10,000? Congrats. But no, it's $10,000 in a day. I do. Yes, Jeff. I was micro-scalping like crazy. Wow. Well, hey, congrats on the day, K. Kim. Got very lucky. Well, there you go. Congrats. Are you taking the payout or are you going to build buffer? Hey, James, I appreciate the numbers, brother. A man of courage. Did you survive this? I think he did. You said 935. You did? Or I'm sorry, 995. Congrats. That'll be a nice payout. Not too shabby, K. Kim. Congrats. Again, still thinking about maybe kind of sort of short here, but I'm not totally loving anything that I'm seeing, so. $980 break going short. So 980 is your entry. 965. All right, look at that. Look at Jay Keith, another man of courage. Once more, I get it. I sound like a crazy person if you just sound up. Why is this guy so excited? Why is he so animated about people doing something as simple as giving 3 numbers? Again, because if you're here 15 minutes ago, you would have witnessed somebody where it was simple was not the way to describe what we were trying to do. 500 boxes of Captain Crunch. Jumped out at a 2-point gain. Roger that. Well, Legendary, he's in. He's hanging on. That was looking spooky for him for a minute, but he weathered that storm. Oh, for the record, just because I want to practice my Miss Cleo skills, this is my prediction. Now, I don't know if Dominic will come back. But if he does, I predict this. Name calling and then something about I'm out of here. That is my prediction. That's going to be my Miss Cleo. That new 5-minute helped. Yeah, the new 5-minute candle does look pretty bearish. In and out. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It did hit 965. You were just looking for the 15 points, and you got it. Good job, Jay Keith. I guess I didn't connect the dots that you were looking for just the 15 points, which on a day like today, 15 points can happen pretty quick. If that 15-minute candle goes bad, I'm really in. Yeah, no, agreed. If you are short and a candle goes really bad and gets really red, as a short, you're definitely not complaining about that. I'm tempted for a short here. Like a short right there, stop right here. What is that, about 8 points? I don't know. This to me, this is the golden goose point right here. If we can get down through there, we could really start to see some downwards pressure. But you know, whatever. Let's give it a spin. Okay, I'm in. Whoa, hey, come on down, brother. I'm a little, okay. Took one off because a little bit of a spiky spike that I wasn't necessarily. Okay, let's make sure this is a winning trade now. Okay, this will be a green trade. Come on, hit that next target. Dance with me. Shut up and dance with me. Dun, 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 dun. See that one guy asking, I can't believe you don't trade. Hey, brother. Thank you, brother. Shut up and dance with me. Okay, wait, I'm getting cocky. I got to get my stop back in. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you through all my wild days. I can't believe, why do people need to trade with, okay, I'm out. Why do people need to trade with music on? Just entertain your, well, not everybody has a songbird voice like I do. It looks like a long setup to me. Okay, see, that's what I mean, though. We need a little bit more, provide some clarity. What looks like, give us the numbers, brother, and then we'll have ultimate clarity on what looks like a long-sided setup to you. I got out at 9:54. Did it hit your, I thought your target was 9:35. I could be wrong, though. You said your target was 9:35, you dented baboon. Huh? I got scared. Okay, well, there you go. You got scared. Exactly. Brian's got it wrong. Why does Brian need music? If you have me on in the background, I'm way better than any radio station you could ever listen to. Oh, M. Wills, you're such a sweetheart. What's cracking? Not my walnuts, so that's good. This is all over the place. I mean, kind of, but like 5 minute. There's a little bit of hindsight here, but you guys, you heard me and Legendary talking about it. He mentioned that 5 minute. I was like, yeah, that 5 minute does look good. Location of the 5 minute, right at that moving average again. Talked about all this stuff in real time. So the fact it's coming down here, I don't know if I'd consider that all over the place. In my mind, that makes a lot of sense. I'm here for the music. What else you got? Well played, sir. Well played. Now as far as the short is concerned, yeah. I'm not really seeing a whole lot. Really not seeing anything until kind of down. I don't know. I'm not opposed if it does something like this, comes down and then bounces back up. Because if it does something like that, then we'd be looking at, or at least I would be looking at, like a bear flag. But that still remains to be seen to see if the price actually does that or not. The show is over. Say goodbye. What? Is that a song? Madonna? And Wills, I know you like it. I know you do. Do you know how I can tell you like it? Because I get about 2 pairs of your tighty whities every week. Will you sign these for me? I'm not going to sign them, brother. My wife throws them right into the trash. So you can stop acting like you kind of like my singing. I sorry to out you like that, but if you're going to lie when you say you kind of like it, then I got to shoot. Again, I heard Amazon just show up. Pretty sure I just got another pair of M. Will's Whitey Tighties. Can you please sign these? Are they at least washed? You wit. You think he's going to wash them? That takes away from the genuineness of it all. No, I can't say. I don't take requests. It's got to be natural. It's got to be natural. Had a girl. Oh, boy. Then it sounds like he signed them for you. It's a good market. Alrighty then. We are back at, I'm going to just bring it over. So on the 5-minute, we are back at the 50 SMA here, which has been a thorn in the side of the bulls. So the bulls have absolutely hated this moving average. The bears, they're loving it. That is their knight in shining armor. Jason, you can see my numbers down here. Hey, Costa Rica. What is the official language of Costa Rica? Is it Spanish? There's not a Costa Rican language, right? Like that. I only ask because Brazil is super hard. Like the language of Brazil is Portuguese, right? It is Spanish? Okay. You got a cool voice, a better version of Mo. Huh? I got to delete that out because per the rules, thank you, Eli Mark, but per the rules, please don't mention other people because I don't know who other people are. I'm not saying everybody else is bad. I'm just saying I keep my head down. I do my own thing. So I don't know who the vast majority of people are, and I would hate if my chat served as a funnel to funnel somebody over to, a scammer or somebody that's promoting garbage. Again, I'm not saying that's what that person is doing. I'm just saying I don't know who the vast majority of people are. So if you don't mind just not mentioning others, that would be appreciated. The top is NQ. This is NQ. These are my NQ trades. These are my MNQ. You do speak Portuguese. What is that sign? I see that sign now 3 times. It's like I don't know what the first symbol is, and then it's like an A. What is that? This guy is annoyed. Dude, I'm so annoyed right now, Rich Trading. Oh, and he deleted it. But I am annoyed, Rich. You read me like a book. It's like you grabbed my hand and looked at my palms and said, this guy is annoyed. Hey, I did forget to tell you I put 3 horses in the stable. Hey, good job, M. Willis. Good job. I don't know if I'm willing to commit to this statement, but are we looking at now just some sort of kind of sideways chop right here? Defined as this white triangle, wow. I almost called that a triangle. Rectangle? Thank you. Yeah, Pam's plant. Good old Pam's plant. I will try it. I will. No, 1.5. God, doggone it. So my problem is this. If I put my stop loss above that high, well, now it's right in front of these highs. Okay, well, let me get it up above these highs. Now by getting right up above these highs, I'm right in front of these highs. Well, I don't like that. So let me get my stop up here. Well, now I'm risking all this. So on that note, I'm going to have to adjust my entry up a little bit. There we go. So I'd like to enter in sooner. However, because of the makeup of the chart, and if I want to keep my stop loss, what I would say is logical, I gotta maneuver some of this other stuff. Looking like I'll be taking. How close are you to payout territory, Wolf? Congrats, sounds amazing, but how close are you? Again, I'm looking to short at the red line. Stop is the green line. Or is that purple line there, the 200, I'm sorry, the 50 SMA going to smack it down? Trump's not still speaking, is he? I think you guys said earlier he was done, but I can't tell if I'm just making that up or not. Is the what was he having? His little roundtable discussion. He's done. Thank you, String Bean. Done. Thank you, Mambo. Tim, thank you. Cabinet meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Said the same old stuff. Gotcha. Oh, is he at Camp David right now? Can anybody hear that? Does anybody hear the fan? Please tell me no. Please tell me you can't hear the fan. You can't hear it? I can hear it slightly. Does it sound bad? Okay, I don't understand. How can it be loud and clear to Raspberry and then others are like, no, I don't hear it at all? So let me ask this. For those of you that can hear it, is it annoying to the point where like you're just going to log off the stream because now you have this annoying noise? Does it seriously sound that bad? Okay. Okay, thank you. Good. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was about ready to end the stream just because it is getting so hot and stuffy in this office. Okay, I'll trust you guys. Oh, that's good news because I'm a sweaty pig right now. Still waiting to get short at the. I'm getting a little nervous. I think it might pop up a little bit more. So let me just go up here a bit more here. Shrink up my risk a little bit more also. So we'll see if it can find resistance up here just like it did at these former highs right there. No, AC costs too much money. I cannot stand spending money on AC. Is Dell earnings today? I don't know. Are they? Does anybody know that? You have your own fan. Okay, it's a battle of the fans. It got close. Oh. Are you serious? Please don't come down. That's going to make me feel really stupid for adjusting that entry. Get solar. Maybe. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. You got... Alright, I don't like it anymore. Now it seems like if it comes up and fills me, it's going to pop up through. My spidey senses are saying, I don't know anymore, brother. Maybe just back off this one. Dell earnings tomorrow after the bell. All right, there you go. If you lived in Florida, you would gladly spend money on AC. I think I believe you. Clay, put your sell order at my stop. No, because then I'll be cheering for you to get stopped out. I don't want to do that. Today is Marvel, Salesforce, Snow, and ASMC. All right. Now, see, in the Midwest, we get best of both worlds. We have to pay for AC and to keep ourselves warm. If you want the full, like anything, listen. Thomas Sowell, I say this quote multiple times a week. There are no solutions, there's only trade-offs. Yes, in the Midwest, we have 4 seasons. Good stuff. However, the trade-off with 4 seasons is we get the privilege of having to pay for both AC and AC. If you are in Florida, you don't have 4 seasons, which is kind of a bummer. However, the trade-off is, per Brian's point, yeah, but we don't have to pay for anything. We don't pay for like a furnace because it's always warm. Now, I suppose that probably depends on what part of Florida. Who is that quote from? Thomas Sowell, the best economist alive right now, in my opinion. Do you heat with wood? No. Well, once we get out to the homestead, propane. Right now, natural gas in town. In South Georgia, rerun the AC at Thanksgiving. Woo! That's crazy. I'm in Tampa, rarely turn the heat. Okay, and Florida geography, is Tampa up in the panhandle, if I remember right? What is that signal? What is that sign? Why do I keep seeing that? It's driving me nuts now. Rookie, what is that symbol? What does that mean? Okay, I'm losing my mind, folks. This. Why do I keep seeing this in some people's messages? Are you serious? Okay, are you guys gaslighting me right now? Now, again, sometimes it's funny to gaslight. Now's not the time, though. Okay, so this is not what you guys see then. Specifically right here. You guys do not see that on his message up above? Again, please do not gaslight. Huh. Does anybody have any idea what that means or what would represent? Is that like a... Huh. All right. If you guys are gaslighting, your coordination is impeccable. I'm messaging my secret clown group. Fantastic. Okay. Do not see it. Thank you, everybody, for not gaslighting. Well, I guess in theory, this could be one massive gaslight. And if it is, I will applaud you. Well done in the coordination effort. We're not that. That's Google Translator icon. Is it? Well, rookie numbers, he's English, so I don't know why he'd be using a translator. Put it in chat GBT and ask. I don't think I can copy and paste it, though. I do. Hey, Chris Potter, it just showed up on yours. Did you just use a translator? Look. Chris Potter, you dirty dog. Look. Right there. There it is. It means they disabled their engagement tracking. Oh, I didn't even know you could put screenshots in a chat GPT. Okay, maybe I will afterwards. Thanks for the stream. Oh. I fell into your shtick very easily after sitting here on the timeout. I fell into your Again, that's my, like, you've got to be a troll then. If you think me simply asking for clarity is a shtick, then that's like, wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Man, you seeking clarity. What a shtick. I guess so. I guess, chat, we are a bunch of crazy folks here that we seek out clarity. Dang, we're crazy. It's crazy. Nah, I kind of called it. He didn't really call me a name. But I did call the rest. Showed up, said something. It's like, I'm out of here. Like, okay. The dynamic you are chosen between us is the one you've chosen and not me. Right, yes, I agree. I have chosen for clarity. I know. Me and everybody else here that want clarity are a bunch of weirdos. What a bunch of... What, you want clarification? You weirdo. Why are you asking me for clarification, weirdo? Okay. Maybe it's the guys in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it sporadically showed up. And I've not seen it before, so that's what had me confused. I can't see rookie messages. Probably means banned. No, rookie's not banned. Clay, he needs father. Ooh, Papacito with the... You think Dominic is lacking a father figure? Okay. That's a spicy take. It's good to be known for... Yeah, like I said, I'll wear that... I think we should all wear that badge. I can't even believe it is a badge. But like the badge of... Could you clarify that, please? If that's supposed to be a badge of honor, then yeah. I think that's sad that... Could you clarify that, please? Is like a badge of honor, but okay. Meta going nuts? Well, apparently the market does not care, but let's check out Meta real quick. Was there news or something? Oh, wait, this is the daily. Okay, hey, somebody, yeah, what's the news on Meta? What is the news on Meta? What's a 1 minute look like? It's okay. If you want to make like worthwhile money on this, you'd probably want it what? You'd probably want at least 50 shares probably. Let's do some math real quick. So if you're going to get 50 shares of a $615 stock, 50 shares times 615, you just need $30,000 in your account. It's cool. No big deal. Stocks make sense. And then if it goes from, let's say you bought right here at 615 and you nailed it and you sold like the top up here, let's just call it 621. So you made $6 per share. So I mean, again, Meta is going nuts. You nailed it with 50 shares for $6 per share. So you had $6 per share. You had 50 shares. Boom, $300. Whoa! 300 shares. 50 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 shares. $30,000 required. You needed a massive, crazy move. You needed to do pretty well on it. Make $6 per share, and you made $300. Again, don't hear what I'm not saying. Is futures trading easy? No. Is making $300 on an NQ contract the most difficult thing? No. This is like a prime example of why I mean day trading stocks is mathematically garbage. Crazy. Need $30,000 to potentially make $300. Okay. But you day traded for so long. Right. Now, to be fair, some of this stuff did not exist. When I got into trading, there were no micro futures, there were no prop firms. But I also admit that I was way too stubborn for way too long when it came to futures. I don't beat myself up too much with prop firms, because when I first started to hear about prop firms several years ago, I was like, nah, that sounds sketchy. But there's enough people in my private community that were using them and that continually got payouts. And I'm like, okay. Maybe it's not as sketchy as what I thought. Again, my argument, save on trading, is not that you cannot make money day trading stocks. That's not the argument. The argument is one of efficiency. And as I just showed with the math, I'm sorry, you're not going to show me that that's efficient. To need $30,000 cash to maybe make $300 on that very crazy move for Facebook. Well, Clay, if you had 100 shares, then all of a sudden you're at $600. Okay, that's fair. But 100 shares on a $615 stock means you needed to have $61,000. Again, the math ain't mathin'. I have, zero, but those things that don't have theta, right. But that's interesting. NASDAQ just does not really care at all about that meta. What is the meta news, out of curiosity? Did anybody post it? What was the news? No, I have zero interest in the SpaceX IPO. I'm still on that prop fence trading retirement money. I can't. Well, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, String Bean, take Profit Trader, who I use, who I recommend. I mean, you can get 25K of buying power for $105. So ultimately, your risk is $105, right? The worst you can do is blow up the account, which means they take the account away from you, which means you're out $105. So that's what I mean. Prop firms, their true shining power is their risk management. And Clay, hindsight trader took the trade. You took the trade? Zuck's confirmed robots. What does that mean? Meta launches subscriptions for Instagram, Facebook. Oh. So Facebook and all that stuff's no longer going to be free? Or they're okay, I'm sure it'll still be free. It'll just be way more ads now moving forward. That is my guess, is they're not going to make it totally not free, but they're going to follow Elon Musk, it sounds like. Meta lays off nearly 1,400 Washington employees in latest tech work. Okay. So that makes sense. They're saving costs by laying people off, and then they're going to increase or attempt to increase revenue by those other things. Gotcha. All right. What a great example, though, of how it's just not efficient. The numbers, the math just does not math. That was a crazy move from Meta. But then when you peel back the layers a little bit more, dang, $300? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hit the like button. It helps. I appreciate it. Who was a person that saved trading? Who was that? Save on, does that make sense, save on trading now? Because you said, I don't get it. Does it now make sense? Would you short here? Yeah, you know, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't call that crazy. Am I going to? Probably not. But if you were to tell me that you're short right now, I would not call you crazy. A $10 move with a $50 will net you, but yeah, that's so bad. That's so bad. Because again, $10 moves on Meta, that movement is so out of the ordinary, which is why somebody said that thing's going nuts. $5 and $15 don't look short. Depends on the strategy. I would wait. Okay, well, if you see something when you can take action, you let us know when you get short, and then that will answer the question, well, when will you wait? Like, at what point will you change your mind to waiting to action? So if that point arises, let us know when you get in. I know. It's very crazy for us all to seek clarity. That's big. That's a big green candle. Roderick's, are you potentially delayed right now? Maybe you mean this is a big green candle, but I'm getting the feeling right now that Roderick's is like watching the Facebook footage that we had. Roderick's, when you hear this, check the scroll bar. I think you might not be live with us right now. That's a good saying for kids. What are you waiting on? Christmas? Could be. No, I am live. Okay, so you mean this? You're talking about this candle then. Taking put at... Molasses. Hey, Cranky Bits. It's going all right. I've definitely had better live streams before in terms of trading. So it's been a little tricky, but I would not say that the wheels have fallen off the bus or anything like that. But, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't 10 minutes, though. But it was within the realm of, I think he is live. You do not, yeah. You do not have symbols in your message. I got spanked on one of my 4 groups this morning. Good job, Ricky. Good risk management in and of itself to divide. It sounds like you're copy trading up into 4 groups. Would this be a bearish flag pattern at all? Well, you gotta. So lesson here, you gotta specify your time. Are you talking about on the daily time frame? On the 15-second time frame? On the 5-minute time frame? Oh, I don't know. I don't use the somebody help. I don't know. Is there a bear flag on the 15-minute? I may be crazy, but when a candle closes above 90 EMA, I go long. Hey, I mean, if you have noticed that trading is that easy and you are being consistently profitable, more power to you. In my mind, yeah, trading does not need to be rocket science, but in my mind, trading needs to be a little bit more than that. But hey, I've never tried it, so who knows? Maybe that works. Maybe it really is that easy. Can you please provide some? Yeah, I'm not sure, Papacito. Maybe somebody else can read your message and give more brain power to it, but I'm not. Again, I'm in a weird spot where I'm trying to live stream, look for trades, be somewhat entertaining. So yeah, those questions right there, I can't really devote the brain power to like trying to truly understand what you're saying, but maybe somebody else can read that and devote the required brain power. I just don't want to lead you astray. Clay, yeah. I can't. After this, I'll be head over to the house, see what they got today. Plumber HVAC guys over there now. So it feels like a real job site. We got framers. We got, well, the plumbers and HVAC are the same company, but they're working on plumbing. They're working on HVAC. The tile guy was there yesterday. So he was talking about, oh man. Yes, agreed, Cranky. You do have your hands full. Yeah, there's a lot mentally going on. Papa, you need to, okay, thank you, Joey. Thank you for trying to help out. Yeah. I would define big money as more so ROIs. Like with the prop firms, ROIs can become scam-like. Like thousands of percents, tens of thousands of percents ROI within the prop firm space. So yeah, big money in my mind is more so no comma. I thought you were texting them. But yes, comma, Abby did talk to some lady in the office and she sent Abby some paperwork. Speaking of house stuff, you're building a house from scratch. I mean, yeah, we were building a home. I am not. I'm like a co-general contractor. I'll put it that way. I'm a co-general contractor, but I've partnered up with a guy that actually knows what he's doing. Okay, I haven't heard from him. I'll be out there in a little bit, though, so we can talk more if needed. How much is the house going to cost? Can I give you a range, Mecha Noble? Can I give you a range? I would be happy to give you a range. Are you going to show pics when it's done? Yeah, probably. I've showed a couple along the way. Enough people have shown curiosity. Yes, I can give you. Okay. No, I said a range. I can give you a range. Yeah, the range is between $1 and $10 million. Next question. I don't know. I can't remember. What is our range? I think it's gas. I think. I built mine for about $100 a square foot. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than $100 a square foot at this point in time. Prices have gone up a little bit since that. 3 numbers, please, Clay. Next trade, we'll see what happens. I gave 2 numbers. I gave the range, which he said was fine. I asked, hey, can I give you a range? And he said yes. Is it hard? I am debt free, and I prefer to stay that way. We are starting to base around 30K. If it holds, would it be good to target? I don't know, Sid Harth. What do you think? What does your strategy say? I built the one I'm living in and remodeling the house next door on 14 Acre and Lake, but yeah, I definitely know that remodeling is more expensive than a new build. Okay, maybe a short up around the overnight low here. Might try a short at 02. Roger that. Who was the guy that didn't have the stop? Harry. Harry, are you still here? Harry, people like that are kind of just running around making it up, I get worried when they go quiet. I'm like, did you go quiet because you just got cooked? To be fair, maybe his lunch break was over, something like that. No, Conduit. Yes, Patel. Are you still here, brother? Blink twice. Dude, I miss Man Tools so much. Man Tools. Barb? I can't remember. I think Barb was just a timeout. I might have banned him though. I can't remember because that one would have been too obvious. I can't trade anymore on my cash option account. This is awkward. Who's going to tell him? I got no more brain power left. Meta is pumping. Must be some news. Yeah, we were talking about Meta a little while ago. I mean, hey, if you want to deal with theta, more power to you. If you want to risk all your funds, more power to you. You have fun dealing with theta and risking your own money and trading things that move way slower compared to what we're looking at. More power to you. But I don't got any more brain power for that one. Little birdie, yeah, there's too many little birdies out there though. That's the problem. Little birdies carry zero weight. That's true. If you do trade with Greeks, you will sound smarter. That's a fair point. I'm looking for a short up at VWAP. It's like a double top. It's like perfect. Ooh, ducks. Oh, look at this. This high, this high, this high. Let's just do this. Let me cook real quick. Oh. This is beautiful. This is a clay face pattern. It's beautiful. Rejection. And now we have the VWAP, which has crept its way down. Does that mean it'll for sure be rejected? No. But is that a situation that I'll take a swing on? Yep. Hey, Dominic, if you can't give numbers, I'm just going to ban you. Like, it is crazy to me how much of you're either rage baiting right now or you are just that much of a newbie. In fact, it's got to be a rage bait. Nobody's that dumb. Because obviously when I put orders in, you'll see all my numbers. So are you that dented or are you rage baiting? Which is it? Answer my question. Are you that dented or are you rage baiting right now? Those are the two possibilities. So you're rage baiting. Okay. At least he's made it obvious. So I like this stop up above the pink line because that's the 200 SMA. So if I play the high right here, that'll actually require it to get up through VWAP. Okay, Dominique, see you later. Dominique is banned. Maybe it grinds up through all these. I don't know. We'll see. The sad part is, I think Dominic is such a dent that he thinks he like just got us all. Like he got like, see, you won't do it. Because I think he's literally that dented that he cannot realize the distinction between somebody trading live in front of him versus somebody just saying stuff in an internet chat room. Like, I don't think his brain actually realizes that distinction. As sad as it is to say. On Trader 8, I don't know. I do not use Trader 8. Or do you mean Trader 8? Are you in the trade? No, if I was in the trade, one of these numbers would be moving around. Okay, here we go. Yes, the 2 minute, you just come over here down to custom time and then click on that and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to apologize for anything. I'm glad you brought up Facebook. That was a great example of how dumb it is to day trade stocks. Okay, I'm short. Again, a massive rejection area. That does not mean it'll reject again, but it does mean I'm willing to at least take a swing at it. You're welcome, ADI. So as of right now, the 200 SMA doing its job. All right, VWAP, let's please not all of a sudden behave as a support, though. Hey, I'll take that little scalpy scalp. I use the 50K and the 150K. So if you're thinking of a 50K, go for it, Daniel. And if you want to consider using code CLAY with Lucid, all caps, again, code CLAY, all caps with Lucid, that'll give you whatever their current promotions are, and it'll help support the stream. All right, rookie. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. But yeah, I like 50Ks. Ooh, is that another short here? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to call you crazy, though. Anybody that's getting short up around here, I'm not calling you crazy. But hey, if you do enjoy this stream, if you've been enjoying and you want to help support it, help keep it ad-free, then code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use, I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business. But I do understand everybody's at different locations. So if you're already experienced, maybe you're looking at Empire build and you're looking to trade across multiple prop firms, well, then any of these prop firms is how using code CLAY will help save you money. Whatever the current promotions are, code CLAY will get you, and then it just helps support the stream. So if you, like I said, from a very blunt, transparent business standpoint, if you want to keep the stream ad-free and just flat out keep the stream alive and going, then use code CLAY. But it's a good situation because you're saving yourself money anyways and you're helping to support a stream that you enjoy. So for those of you that have used code CLAY, thank you very much. You are the reasons why, like I said, not only are there no ads on this thing, but also why the stream has been continuing. So if those of you that are considering it, I appreciate your consideration. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I got to get over to the house. Want to putz around over there. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because usually I show up early. But the latest I'll be here is 11 a.m. Eastern. But if you want to know exactly when I go live, that is where turning on the notification bell will help with that. So that is all I have. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. But thank you, everybody. This was a fun stream. We had some funny conversations, but overall, had a good time with it. So take care, everyone. See you back tomorrow. Code Clay, all caps. Take care. Have a good one.